North Hall defensive end Bradley Bernard has led the Trojans in quarterback sacks for 3 years, but he's never been able to lead his team to a victory against rival Gainesville. Red Elephants linebacker Tipton Scholes has 24 tackles in Gainesville's first 2 games as the Big Red have extended their region winning streak to 23 games. Tonight it's North Hall and Gainesville, and it's next on CSS. Comcast brings you the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week, live on CSS. Live from legendary Bobby Gruen Field in Gainesville, Georgia, on the banks of Lake Sidney Lanier, CSS presents the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week, where tonight the 6th-ranked and unbeaten Gainesville Red Elephants play host to the unbeaten North Hall Trojans. And hello again, everybody. Matt Stewart joined by Jamie Newberg, and thanks for joining us for another fabulous Friday night of high school football here on CSS. And Jamie, we got a great ball game. It's just the 3rd game of the season, but this game could end up deciding the Region 7 AAA championship.
Oh, without question. And we have 2 wonderful coaches in tonight's football game. Let's start with North Hall. Bob Christmas comes up from Bainbridge, inherits an 0-10 football team. They lose their first 9 games his first year. They win the last game of the year, giving them a lot of confidence going into that offseason. They've worked hard. And over the last 2 seasons, Matt, 19-5. He has really turned things around at North Hall.
North Hall was 3-27 in the 3 years prior to Christmas, arriving early in North Hall. Gainesville, they are the Goliath in this area of the state. They've won 23 straight region games. They've lost only twice in the last 3 years under their head coach, Bruce Miller.
Yeah, and those happen to be playoff losses. They have owned this region here recently. Only 2 losses, 26-2 for Bruce Miller. They are the big daddy right now. They really got it going on. And right now, North Hall wants to
And we'll come back with the opening kickoff right after this timeout on CSS.
More student athletes.
The most.
Selected first team.
First team.
Academic All-American.
More student athletes.
The most.
More than any other conference in the nation.
Are winning in the classroom.
Winning where it counts the most.
It accelerates faster than a Porsche Boxster. Has more ground clearance than a BMW X5. And costs $12,000 less than an Audi Allroad. It is the all-new 250 horsepower all-wheel drive Subaru Outback. Somewhere in Germany, an engineer weeps.
Visit your Subaru dealer for 2.9% APR for 63 months on every 2005 Subaru.
And welcome back to Bobby Gruen Field in Gainesville, Georgia. Matt Stewart and Jamie Newberg. The 3rd member of our broadcast crew tonight is Chuck Oliver. He's filling in for Rob Tribble.
And guys, great to be with you. Remember, both teams tonight running the wing tee. This is not an offense where you need to be the biggest, fastest, or strongest. What you do need is to be the most disciplined and most patient. You may get stuffed 3 and out, 2 or 3 series in a row, and then you'll pop one for 50 or 60 running the exact same plays. The key to defending the wing tee, you've got to change some assignments that your defensive linemen normally go through. We'll talk about that as we go through the evening. Both teams practice against the wing tee all the time. We should see a great ball game tonight.
All right, thank you, Chuck. The Gainesville Red Elephants will receive the opening kickoff. The North Hall Trojans in the white jerseys, green numbers and green pants. The Gainesville Red Elephants. What else? They're in red jerseys, white pants, and the white helmets, and we are just about set for the opening kickoff. Tyson Randolph standing deep for the Red Elephants at the 5-yard line. Packed house here at City Park in downtown Gainesville. The city has been abuzz about this game all week, and we are underway. Williams from the 14-yard line. And Williams will go down at the 27, and that's where the Red Elephants will put the ball in play. Let's take a look at Gainesville on offense with Roper, Burnett, Kyer, Boatwright, and Wright up front. The quarterback is the junior Jeffrey Green with Williams, Castleberry, and Goss in the backfield. Hendricks is the split end, and Newman is the tight end. There's Jeffrey Green, your quarterback. Handoff goes to Rashad Williams. Breaks a tackle up to the 32-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play for Rashad Williams. And here's a look at North Hall on defense with Farrell, Stevens, Oldham, and Bernard up front. The linebackers, Fishhaber, Hollander, Morrow, and Smiley. Whitmire, Pitts, and Rogers in the secondary. 2nd down and 5, ball at the 32. Scott Brown, number 11, you see him light up at wide receiver. He is also the backup quarterback, so there's obviously that opportunity for some kind of trickery. Goss gets the pitch, and Goss goes down. Tackled back at the 28-yard line by Tyler Smiley, the outside linebacker. Loss of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, nice job by Smiley, number 25. They call him their stud linebacker. He had contain on that play, and he did a nice job, you'll see, fighting off the block to make the tackle. There you see number 25 does a tremendous job and pins Gainesville back.
All right, let's check in with Chuck Oliver on the sideline.
Guys, the one rule for an offensive line when you're running the wing tee is no penetration. You have linemen moving on every play. You can't allow the defensive line to penetrate. It messes up everything.
3rd down and 10 with the ball at the 28. Green rolling, throwing, complete to Goss. He dropped the ball at the 33. Goss had it, would have had a 1st down, but he dropped it, and it's 4th down, and the Red Elephants will have to punt.
That's unfortunate for Gainesville. Neither team throws the ball a lot. They love to run it, as we talked about in the open, and Green delivers a nice pass that's just dropped, and that certainly would have been enough for a 1st down. And coming into this game, both teams have only attempted 30 passes in 4 football games.
Well, you saw the first one right there. Should have been a completion. Nally stands at his 14 to punt. Whitmire deep for North Hall at the 30. Short kick. Whitmire will let it hit in front of him, and it's going to be down at the 42-yard line. So good field position for North Hall as the Trojans will put the ball in play for the first time tonight with Farrell, Kuchler, Fickey, Zimmerman, and Spell up front. The quarterback is the junior Brandon Garcia with Pitts, Wilsden, and Rogers in the backfield. Actually, Rogers a wide receiver with Whitmire lined up as a wide receiver. He'll run the ball too, and Rich is the tight end. So 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 43 for the North Hall Trojans. 2-0 on the season. Garcia on the season, 11 of 16 for 206, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Those are 2 game numbers. Victories over East Hall and Johnson of Gainesville. So 1st and 10 for North Hall. Handoff goes to Pitts, and Pitts is going to go down. Sacked by Justin Wilkins, the middle limb linebacker who got great penetration, and Pitts is dropped for a big loss back to the 36-yard line. Defensively for the Red Elephants. Up front, Goss, Wright, Ware, and Merritt. The linebackers, Newman, Wilkins, who just made the play, and Scholes. And in the secondary, Drinks, Williams, Strickland, and Castleberry. Second down and 16 for North Hall from their 38 after the big play by Wilkins. Empty backfield. Pitts in motion again. Garcia going up top for Whitmire, and it's broken up. Broken up by Brandon Strickland, the free safety. And it's going to be third down.
Nice job by Strickland. As you mentioned, Matt, the free safety basically playing center field. That ball had too much air under it, and he had enough makeup speed to get to the spot and make a good play. Almost an interception.
A week ago, Whitmire caught 7 passes, or rather in their last game, caught 7 passes against Johnson.
A lot of that in the second half after TJ Pitts went down with dehydration.
Flags go down before the ball can be snapped. Apparently, Gainesville lined up offside, so North Hall gets 5 yards back, and it's going to be third down and 10. Steve Burrell is your referee tonight. There's the rest of the group from the Lanier Football Officials Association. Third down and 10 with the ball at the 43. Garcia back to pass, throws. It's complete to the tight end, Rich. He's across midfield and has a first down at the 45-yard line. Derek Rich, the junior tight end, with his 4th catch of the year and a first down for North Hall.
Are these the same 2 teams we researched? We've seen 3 pass plays here in the first 6. This is a nice pass by Garcia, hitting the tight end out in the flat, just running an out pattern, just getting enough for that first down. This is something I wasn't really expecting this early.
Well, both teams mixing it up. As Chuck Oliver pointed out, they run the wing tee offense, so they practice against that every week. So maybe they felt like they need to mix it up a little bit because these 2 teams, 2 defenses, would be ready for the wing tee. Handoff goes to Pitts. Pitts hops over a man, and Pitts has a first down inside the 35-yard line and down to the 34.
Nice run by TJ there, getting his 2nd touch. There you see what he did last week. This is what he's done to date. 24 rushes, 215 yards, 4 touchdowns, including a 61-yarder in their opening game victory. But there you saw a little bit of what he can do. Hits that hole hard and has a little deceptive power for only 190-pounder.
Yeah, he had 215 yards rushing against East Hall in the opener. He's got 323 for the season. Came back and had 108 in the first half against Johnson. Handoff goes to Wilsden, and Wilsden down to the 31-yard line. Pickup of about 3 on the play for Chris Wilsden.
Yeah, he missed the second half of that football game last week with dehydration. They had to take Pitts to the hospital, and that's when they went to the air a little bit more.
Wilsden picked up 2 on that play. 18 carries, 61 yards, right under a 4 yards per carry average this season. Second down and 8. Ball at the 32. Pitts down to the 30. Mahaffey on the tackle. And it's going to be third down and about 6.
Yeah, we spotlighted Mahaffey at the top as a fullback, but he also plays defensive end for this Red Elephant team. Very good football player that can do it on both sides of the football.
So third down and 6, ball at the 30. 4 minutes into this game in North Hall and Gainesville territory. A year ago, a 31-21 loser fell behind 24-7 and never could make up the difference, and now Brandon Garcia will signal for a timeout. We'll take 1-2. 4 minutes, 1 second into this game, Gainesville and North Hall, scoreless.
Hi. This kid's potato sack doesn't look regulation to me.
Excuse me?
Well, it's got a wider base. I mean, that's totally unfair to my kid, right? I want to launch a protest. Well, look, it's 2 inches higher. Look at those hand grips. It's not regulation.
Regulation?
Look, you know what else? I want a urine sample from this kid. He looks a little beefy for a 5-year-old. You're going down, buddy.
it becomes like a friendly battle for the whole game. You have to keep it to a level where sportsmanship is still there. You know, when the running back's running as a wide receiver, it's my job to secure the edge, so I got to block the cornerback. You know, I'm trying to be nasty, physical. I'm trying to put him on his back, and then he gets up and say, hey, you know, that was a good hit. And I say, all right, you know, I'm coming again for you. You're athletes, you're warriors, but at the same time, you're sportsmen. NCAA football, a lifetime of opportunity.
Gainesville, North Hall scoreless here in the opening minutes of the first quarter. Matt Stewart, Jamie Newberg, Chuck Oliver's down on the field.
Guys, when the wing tee is going right, the quarterback's responsibilities, hand the ball off and carry out your fake. Jamie, you mentioned that half of the first 6 plays were passes. That's because these defenses are oh so familiar with that wing tee.
3rd down and 6 for North Hall at the Gainesville 30-yard line. Handoff goes to Whitmire. Whitmire follows a block and has a first down. Whitmire shoved out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the play by Bo Whitmire and a first down for the Trojans.
And I think that block was by number 5, T.J. Pitts, the running back we've been talking about for this North Hall football team. They get the football to number 21 there, Whitmore, excuse me. And this has got to be a huge confidence boost, moving the change like this for this Trojan offense. Keep an eye on number 5 right there. T.J. Pitts leading the way for Bo Whitmore.
1st and 10. Handoff. Wilsden picked up maybe 2 yards on the play, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8.
Making the tackle for the Raiders, number 43, Captain Phil.
This is very important, this drive. They've taken the ball from their own 43-yard line after losing about 6 yards on the first play. They have driven to the Gainesville 19-yard line, talking to Bob Christmas before the game tonight. Big mental block with this North Hall team against this Gainesville team. They've got to prove to themselves that they can do it.
Yeah, and this would be a great confidence booster. They can put something on the board here early in this football game.
2nd down and 8. Here comes the blitz, and he gets rocked. Wilston, the middle linebacker, Justin Wilkins, came running up to the line, right through the gap, and knocked down Wilston for a loss of a yard.
That's the 2nd time he's blown through that A-gap just to destroy the run play as he beats Andrew Zimmerman to the spot with his 2nd tackle for a loss tonight. Look at big number 44 moving in there.
He crashed right through the guard, Andrew Zimmerman, and knocked down the running back. Came in with 14 tackles on the season. He's already had 2 tackles for loss in this ball game. 3rd down and 9. Here comes the blitz. This time they pick it up, and I think this time they were offsides on that blitz. Again, they were trying to time the snap, and it might have been Wilkins again. This time I think he was across the line. Here's Steve Burrell. So that'll be a 5-yard mark-off against Gainesville.
And that's a big penalty because you go from 3rd and 9 to 3rd and 4 now. You're talking about a better down and distance situation for this Trojan offense.
Bob Christmas on your right, Bruce Miller on your left. Both have done a super job at their respective schools. 3rd down and 4 with the ball at the 15-yard line following the mark-off. Nothing doing for Pitts. He's dropped for about a 3-yard loss. Looks like Mahaffey was in on the tackle for Gainesville. Let's see if Pitts is okay. Apparently he is. And now it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, I think Mr. Wilkins was in on that stop as well, trying to get the ball to TJ. There you see Justin Wilkins once again shooting through there from his Mike linebacker spot, as the Red Elephants doing a nice job of just disrupting things before they can get something going.
And this will be a 35-yard field goal attempt. Danny Mestarts. Snap bobbled. Garcia goes down. So the 35-yard field goal attempt never gets off as the snap was bobbled by the holder and quarterback. Brandon Garcia, Tony Newman sacks him back at the 25-yard line, and Gainesville will take over on down.
That's unfortunate because North Hall is putting together a pretty nice drive and gaining some momentum. Garcia just can't hang on and tries to make the best out of a poor situation here. And there you see Newman to tackle him up.
So Gainesville holds and North Hall fails to score. Mahaffey on the carry that time, barely got back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Mahaffey on the season, 118, a 5.3 yard per carry average. Rushed for 84 yards and blocked a punt against Johnson in Gainesville's last victory. 2nd down and 10. Green rolling, wanting to throw, dumps it off to Mahaffey. Mahaffey has a 1st down and more as he's across the 40 and up to the 46-yard line. A big 21-yard gain on the pass play from Jeffrey Green to Joseph Mahaffey.
Now that was a nice job by Gainesville quarterback Jeffrey Green under pressure. As we take a look at the replay, under pressure there to deliver the football to Mahaffey, and he does the rest. Some nifty footwork out in the open field, breaks a tackle there, keeps his feet, picks up a huge chunk there on 2nd down. You can see the pressure here coming off the edge. Mahaffey does the rest.
So 1st and 10. Jeffrey Green coming into the game had thrown only 14 passes all year for 87 yards. Now flags drop way back in the defensive backfield. Let's check the call. Delay of game is the call on Gainesville. That'll back them up 5 yards. Mahaffey, after his catch and run, went to the bench. He's been active on the defensive and offensive side of the ball here in the 1st quarter. That is the 3rd penalty on Gainesville. All 3 have been of the 5-yard variety. John Castleberry checks in with play instructions from the Gainesville bench. Hendricks splits out to the top of your screen up at the 40-yard line. Now the tight end, Tipton Scholes, flip-flops to the right side, and again flags drop. Here's Steve Burrell. Offside. North Hall gets penalized for the 1st time tonight.
Let's go back the other way. What a night for football.
Great night. Not too hot. It was warmer today, but it's cooled off a little bit. Not quite fall in the air, but it's not your blistering summer heat that we've had the last couple of nights.
And great excitement. 6,000 to 7,000 fans here packing the stadium.
1st and 10. Ball at the 46-yard line for Gainesville. Hand off to Castleberry. Castleberry looking for someplace to go, and there is none. Castleberry dropped back at the 44-yard line. Tackle was made by Brandon Waters, the D-tackle, and a loss of a couple of yards on the play.
Well, Waters may have made the tackle, but Smiley makes the play once again. You see him turning that play inside from that stud linebacker position, not letting Castleberry get around him, fighting off that block. That's the 2nd time early in this football game where he's done his assignment.
2nd down and 12 now. Ball at the 44-yard line. And now Gainesville is going to have to burn a timeout. Looks like they had some confusion in their backfield there. They couldn't settle on things. Bruce Miller, the head coach, goes out there. Talk with Jeffrey Green and the rest of his running backs. They were not on the same page as you take a look at the Region 7 AAA standings with Gainesville and Pickens at 2-0. Then North Hall, Fannin County, and West Hall, the only other unbeaten teams in the region. White County even, Chestatee, Johnson, Gainesville, Flowery Branch, and Gilmer all looking for their 1st region victory.
Yes, they are, and Gainesville hasn't lost in a few seasons, 23 region wins in a row. That's impressive.
That's a 10-team region, so that means you play 1 non-region game and then a 9-game region schedule. So after that opener, everything counts for good. Gainesville opened with a 40-17 victory over White County, their non-region game, and then followed that up after a week off with a 28-3 win over Johnson, while North Hall opened with a 42-24 victory over East Hall in their non-region game. And then they defeated Johnson 26-18 last week. Second down and 12. Hand off to Goss, and Goss has a big hole, ran into his own man, bounces off him, and has close to a first down at the 44-yard line. A flag flies late. We could have a personal foul tacked on to the end of the play on North Hall.
That's the thing about this Gainesville offensive football team. 4 or 5 guys are very effective running the football. And that time we see Adrian Goss, a 6 foot, 190-pounder, just hit that hole hard.
They've got a caravan of running backs, and they will shuttle in and out, and they'll just keep pounding away at you. So that's a 12-yard gain for Goss, and then a 15-yard personal foul tacked on afterwards against North Hall.
And nothing fancy. It's coming right at you. He's even running over his own lineman there. There we see the late hit. Couldn't see the number 4.
That's Devin Hollander, who's the leading tackler on this North Hall team. Just got there a little bit late. So first down and 10 with the ball just inside the 30-yard line. Goss, for the season, 55 yards. He picked up about 12 right there, but a gaudy close to 8 yards per carry average, and a big hole for Castleberry. And Castleberry down to the 24-yard line, gain of 6, and Gainesville starting to blow North Hall off the ball.
So they are, and they're mixing up their run game with this complement of running backs. This time it's Castleberry. Look at that hole by that offensive line, and Joe Gardner there with a nice tackle from his safety position. Look at that hole. That offensive line doing a nice job. That's Bubba Boatwright and Blue Wright, their offensive guard and tackle on the right side.
You got to be good if you got an offensive lineman named Bubba and Blue. Goss, big hole, and Goss down to the 18-yard line, tackled by Devin Hollander, but a first down for the Red Elephants.
And Chuck mentioned earlier, when you get the rhythm going on this offense, you're tough to beat. Right now, the Red Elephants got this run rhythm going. This time it's Goss, but another huge hole by this offensive line. Nice shot there by the fellas to see that great angle.
First and 10 for Gainesville. Ball at the North Hall 18-yard line. Goss 14 yards on 3 carries tonight. Hand off to Goss again, in a big hole for Adrian Goss. He fumbled the ball, and North Hall, I think, has recovered in the end zone. North Hall has recovered in the end zone. Goss had his sights set on a touchdown, got hit inside the 10 and coughed it up. North Hall recovers in the end zone.
What a huge play for the Trojans as they were getting blown off the football on the last 3 or 4 plays. You see the helmet knock the ball loose. North Hall there for the recovery. Tyler Rogers putting his helmet on the ball and knocking it loose.
You'll see Tyler Rogers, number 8, coming to your screen, and the helmet hits the ball. Knocked it loose, and I don't know whether Sam Fishhaber eventually came up with the fumble, but he was the first guy there.
I think it was Joe Gardner, number 3. But now we've seen both teams drive the football but come away with no points.
First and 10, toss goes to Pitts. Pitts gets by one man and another, and Pitts picks up 5 yards. He could have been dropped for a 5-yard loss, and he picked up 5 on the play, but there's a flag down.
Yeah, he fought through the tackle of Joseph Mahaffey. You might get a holding call here.
Steve Burrell, the referee, has been busy tonight. That's going to be a 10-yard mark-off against this North Hall team. Holding will be the call.
Yeah, Mahaffey had a bead on Pitts as he was trying to get around the edge, and whoever was blocking him had a little too much jersey.
So the mark-off is going to come from the point of the infraction, which is the 16-yard line, and that's going to push North Hall all the way back to the 8.
That's a huge penalty.
So first down and 22 now for North Hall as they stand at the 8. There's your total yardage for the game. Gainesville 57 to North Hall's 38. The two teams have both had nice drives. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. They swing it out to Pitts. Pitts has some room to run. Pitts out across the 25, and he has a first down at the 30. Cuts back in the middle of the field. Look at T.J. Pitts go! And all the way down to the 33-yard line.
What a run by T.J. Pitts. We talked to Coach Christmas before the game. I asked him, what do you think he does best? He says, TJ's got an extra gear, and he certainly showed it on this play. Nothing fancy. They find him out in the flat. A lot of open space, but he does a nice job with this cut right here. Cuts completely across the field. I think he just runs out of gas. Ran about 100 yards.
A 59-yard pass play. Brendan Garcia to TJ Pitts, who's checked out of the game, and he's over grabbing some air as he lays on the sideline. 1st and 10 for North Hall. Play right up the middle, nets them nothing. But they're back in Gainesville territory again. Take another look at the little swing pass from Garcia to Pitts.
And this is a great angle because you can see how much running room he has. And does a nice job with the vision there to make the cut. And I'm not sure if he pulled up with a cramp or maybe tweaked a hamstring there. You can see where he gets a little gimpy. There you see the cut. Now, in just a few seconds, we're not going to see it, but you saw him pull up.
Whitmire on the carry, down inside the 30-yard line to the 28-yard line. Martin Merritt, the defensive end, made the tackle for Gainesville. And now it's going to be 3rd down. And now after that big 59-yard pass play to get them out of the 8-yard line and into Gainesville territory, they're faced with a big 3rd down here.
It must have been a cramp. And last week, as I mentioned, he had dehydration in that second half of that football game. They took him to the hospital.
I think he was just trying to get some air. Ran out of oxygen.
He did, but you can see him pull up a little bit.
3rd down and 5. Garcia gonna go down. Blue right, the defensive tackle, drops him behind the line of scrimmage, and it's gonna be 4th down.
As several of the Red Elephants go both ways. Blue right plays on the offensive line as well as defensive tackle, and he comes up with a huge play on 3rd down there. You see him just whip his man to tackle Garcia for the loss.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play. We played 12 minutes from legendary Bobby Grunfield in Gainesville with the Red Elephants and North Hall Trojans scoreless on CSS.
It accelerates faster than a Porsche Boxster. Has more ground clearance than a BMW X5. And costs $12,000 less than an Audi Allroad. It is the all-new 250 horsepower all-wheel drive Subaru Outback. Somewhere in Germany, an engineer weeps.
Visit your Subaru dealer for 2.9% APR for 63 months on every 2005 Subaru.
Join us on the Gem Shopping Network, featuring the original Gemstone Show. Each day, we showcase the finest and natural gemstones and jewelry with informative and educational shows. Our fully staffed jewelry department fabricates first-class jewelry on the premises with fine gemstones and fine diamond accents. Our expert gemologists travel and handpick the most beautiful gems available, which are then cut by our experienced cutters. Our hosts sell these gems live and ship them to your doorstep. Join us on the home of the original Gemstone Show, the Gem Shopping Network.
Chevrolet, an American Revolution. This is the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week here on CSS, and thanks for joining us tonight wherever you may be watching across the Southeast, whether in Gainesville, Georgia, its suburb, Atlanta, Georgia, or in Bluefield, West Virginia. Thanks for joining us. Matt Stewart, Jamie Newberg, and Chuck Oliver's down on the sideline. It's 4th down and 8. And let's see what North Hall does here on the opening play of the second quarter. Looks like they're going to forego the long field goal and go for it.
And Pitts is back in the football game for that North Hall offense.
Double handoff. Whitmire close to a 1st down at the 21-yard line. I believe he has it.
He got it. Nice call there with the double handoff. Kind of using TJ Pitts there as a little decoy with the misdirection.
I love this play.
It's one of your favorites, huh? A nice job by the offensive line creating that running room. Enough to pick up the 1st down by about a yard. And that's a key 4th down play. Keep this drive going.
Bo Whitmire, that's his rushing total for the season. 144 and a 9-yard per carry average. He's also caught 7 passes for 161 coming into tonight. It's 1st and 10 for North Hall. Pitts, nothing doing that time. And did he fumble the ball? Mahaffey came out of the pile, and they say he did. Apparently, Joseph Mahaffey, the defensive end, stole the ball from T.J. Pitts, and Gainesville has it back.
Another huge play for a defense. This time, it's the Red Elephants, as you see. 3 there, and Mahaffey there to pick up the football. Looked like Scholes in on the tackle to cause the fumble. Number 43 coming in from his Sam linebacker spot.
And so Gainesville has it back. These two teams have swapped big drives and big fumbles.
They're slugging at each other, just no points on the board.
Green, the quarterback, back to throw. Throws complete to Newman, the tight end, who has a first down. Stiff arms a man and goes down at the 46. And Tony Newman was just that close to breaking it all the way.
Oh, he certainly was, and delivered a nice stiff arm at the end of that play. Just got tripped up. Tony Newman, 6'3", 225-pound tight end, running over the middle. Nice in route. He's wide open.
Oh, look at that.
That could have been called a face mask right there. But it starts up front. Nice job by that offensive line, giving Green plenty of time to find Newman, who's wide open.
I think Whitmire was the one who made the tackle simply because Newman's fingers got caught in his face mask and he had to go down. Newman came in with 2 catches on the season for 23 yards.
Well, that big one will help that average.
We got a penalty here against North Hall. That's going to push the ball across midfield for Gainesville. Thanks for joining us wherever you may be watching tonight around the Southeast or listening on the radio in Atlanta with our radio partner, Sports Talk 790 The Zone. 1st and 5 for Gainesville at the 49-yard line. Hand off to the fullback. Mahaffey down to the 41-yard line, and Mahaffey has a first down.
Mahaffey showing some power, getting through that first line of defense, so to speak. And this is what we saw in the previous drive. Gainesville just blowing North Hall off. Their offensive line blowing them off the ball. Nice hold there.
1st and 10 at the 41. Now both teams have been in each other's territory twice here in the opening half. Brown fumbled the ball. It's recovered. North Hall's Brandon Morrow with the fumble recovery at the 41-yard line. That's Gainesville's 2nd fumble here in the first half. Scott Brown, who is the backup quarterback, lined up in a running back position, took the handoff, and then fumbled the ball.
Yeah, and I tell you what, number 53, Jay Farrell, the left end, did a terrific job coming off the edge there to disrupt that play.
And I think it was Bradley Bernard, the defensive end, number 18, who got his hand in there and knocked the ball loose.
Yep, good call, Matt. That's who got him. We'll see the shot here right on the replay. Bernard, good defensive end.
1st and 10. Flags go down. We've seen too many of those here in the first half. And now the turnovers. 2 on Gainesville, 1 on North Hall. Gainesville coming in had this season well, I thought I had the numbers on their fumbles for the season, but maybe not. That's 2 here tonight. 1st and 15 with the ball at the 37-yard line. So a 5-yard mark-off against North Hall. They have their hands on the ball again, and there's Brandon Bernard, number 19. Brandon Morrow recovered the fumble. So 1st and 15. Garcia eludes the rush, and now he's going to run. Garcia goes down at the 45-yard line, tackled by Rashad Williams.
Williams almost took his head off, and I tell you what, middle linebacker Justin Wilkins comes in on the blitz again, and we didn't see it there, but if he keeps his head up, he tackles Garcia for a loss. Garcia just ran right by him, and there you see Garcia getting tattooed pretty hard by that strong safety Williams, number 4.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 7 with the ball at the 45-yard line. Chase Roper comes running onto the field, takes a spot on the defensive line. Handoff right up the middle, and nothing doing for Wilston as he is stopped at the 45. He picked up maybe a yard on the play.
That's Wilkins again. He has been a busy Beaver here in this first quarter and a half with a handful of tackles.
Unofficially, I have him for 4 tackles, 3 of them tackles for loss.
He's coming almost every play. 5'11", 220 pounds. He has been impressive thus far.
Brian Hill checks into the ball game for North Hall. 3rd down and 6 with the ball at the 46. Garcia back to pass, throws, it's complete to the tight end again, and Derek Rich has another pass reception, and he's got a first down at the 43-yard line. That is the second time they've gone to their big tight end tonight.
Well, they swung Pitts out to the flat. I think he brought some backers over there. You see Rich is finding an open spot, and Garcia delivers the football, and they move the chains.
First down and 10 with the ball at the 43. Handoff, Pitts. Pitts follows his blockers, and Pitts goes down to the 34-yard line, close to a first down for T.J. Pitts.
That was a nice job by the right side of that offensive line for North Hall. Nice hole for T.J. Pitts. You take a look at it, you see Zimmerman there and pulling. Look at that hole, and he just trips really on his own accord right there. Both offensive lines playing pretty well thus far.
2nd down and 1 for North Hall. Pitts gets the handoff again. He has the first down, bounces outside. 25-20 and shoved out of bounds finally inside the 15-yard line, close to the 10.
When I was watching film of T.J. Pitts last week, this is what I loved about this young man. He has the ability and the speed to bounce on a play like that. Nice hole once again, but watch this speed right here. Just outraces everyone to the sideline.
He's like a pinball. He bounced right off the right guard, Andrew Zimmerman, and popped to the outside. He used him kind of like he bumped off of him and got a little spring out of him.
He's got great speed, I tell you what. I mentioned before he's got some offers. Virginia Tech, Virginia, North Carolina have all offered him a scholarship.
Handoff, Wilsden down to the 12-yard line. They had spotted that previous run. Apparently, Pitts had stepped out at the 20. A pickup of 8 on that one, so 2nd down and 2.
You saw that hero shot. Wilson's a big boy. Don't have his height and weight in front of me. He's running with some authority there. Wilkins with a little bit of jersey, just not strong enough. Can't tackle that young man with one hand.
2nd down and 3 as Wilsden checks out. Whitmire and Pitts are the wingbacks. Whitmire goes in motion and gets the handoff. Whitmire close to the sticks in the first down yardage. It depends upon the mark. Whitmire might have a first down. A sellout crowd here at Bobby Groon Field in Gainesville.
And things are exciting. They're running to the boundary side trying to seal it off. Pitts leading the way.
He's going to be
very short. Yep.
He's going to be short by, you can tell, just about 6 inches.
We've had a lot of those this year.
So now it's 3rd down and inches for North Hall. They've been down here close before. They have failed to score, as has Gainesville. These two teams have not had a problem moving the ball on each other.
Not 20-20.
They've had a hard time finishing, though.
On North Hall's first possession, they botched that field goal try.
3rd down and inches. We'll check in with Chuck Oliver in just a moment. Let's check in now with him. Chuck.
Guys, we said the key to the offense to defending the wing T. We'll come right back after this play.
3rd and inches. First down carry for Garcia down to the 5, but a flag comes out on the play. Chuck, what you have to say?
We were talking before the game, the key to defending the wing T, you find that strong guard and follow him. 90% of the time, he's going to take you right to the football. What has North Hall done here in the second quarter? They've started splitting out their tight end, number 89, causing some confusion on that defense. That's why you've seen some of those linebackers jumping around some of those defensive linemen shifting a little bit, because they're having a hard time initially finding which side is the strong side of the formation to then key on that strong side guard.
Well, thank you, Chuck. Bad news for North Hall. They picked up the first down, but they lose it because they had an illegal motion, and now it's 3rd down and 5 from the 15. Wilsden now in the backfield, standing behind Garcia. Wilsden gets the handoff, and nothing doing for Wilsden that time around. And that was Justin Wilkins again on the tackle. Or Mahaffey. That was Mahaffey. Did he come up with the ball again? That's another fumble?
Another fumble.
Somewhere the ball came out. That is the second time that has happened. Let's see if Mahaffey stole the ball again.
There's another helmet on the football.
No, it just came out, and Mahaffey fell on top of it.
Johnny on the spot once again.
All right, let's check in with Chuck Oliver.
Guys, the last two Gainesville possessions ended with fumbles during the break. The offensive coaches for Gainesville said more of the same, guys. We're going to run more bootleg, more option with that wing T.
Mahaffey, who just recovered the fumble. Big carry for Joseph Mahaffey as he rumbles out to the 36-yard line. A 16-yard pickup for Joseph Mahaffey.
I tell you what, with the way these two teams are moving the football, you'd never know. You got two goose eggs on the scoreboard. Gainesville once again doing a great job up front, just knocking North Hall off the football. Mahaffey doing the rest.
Well, that's two fumbles now for each team. 3 carries, 25 yards for Mahaffey tonight. Castleberry gets the carry, tripped up, keeps his feet, he's across midfield, and Castleberry battles down to the 45-yard line, and a 17, 18-yard pickup for Castleberry.
They're coming in huge chunks right now. For this Gainesville offense, 2 big plays on first down back-to-back. This time it's Castleberry. Look at that hole once again, keeping his balance as he runs through the middle there. A lot to defend when you got to worry about 4 or 5 running backs in this Red Elephant football team.
1st and 10 from the 45. Mahaffey again. Mahaffey down to the 42 that time. Pick up a 3 on the play for Joseph Mahaffey.
And that time he didn't pick up a huge amount of yards, but you could see the quickness he has as he was getting through that hole.
Bob Christmas. Looks like someone put some coal in his stockings. 2nd down and 7. Green back to pass, firing, throws low, and they're going to say that it was caught. Caught by Jarvis Poole at the 37-yard line.
That was a nice grab by Poole. Green delivers it low and outside, and Poole goes down and gets the football.
Take a look at it. Did he catch it? Yeah.
He got it. From this vantage point, he got it.
Yeah. Looks like he had it. I don't know. The ball might have popped out underneath. Let's see. No, it looks like he kept it off the ground. Good catch by Jarvis Poole. It's 3rd down and 2. Hand off Mahaffey. Mahaffey not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Sam Fishaber and Devin Hollander kept him from getting back to the line of scrimmage, and now it's 4th down and 2.
Nice job by the Trojan defense, standing tall on this 3rd down situation with a tackle for a loss.
So now 4th down and 3. Ball at the 37. The Gainesville side of Bobby Groon Field rises to its feet to cheer on the offense. Handoff, Castleberry gets by one man, reverses his field. Castleberry will get the first down. What an effort by John Castleberry to get the first down. He looked like he was going to be dropped for a 5-yard loss. Got by Bradley Bernard and picked up the first down.
I tell you what, we saw a great effort by T.J. Pitts a few minutes ago. This time it's Castleberry on a key 4th down play. They got him. He's tackled for a loss in the backfield, evades 3 Trojans there, and gets enough for the first down. What an effort by this young man, moving the chains.
So 1st down and 10 with the ball at the 31-yard line. Gainesville picks up on the 4th down conversion. Mahaffey gets the handoff. And Mahaffey picks up a couple of yards down to the 29-yard line.
I don't think we're going to have a punt in this football game.
We've had one already. We've had one punt.
Have we had one?
We had one punt, and this Gainesville had to punt off their first possession, and that is it. Look at the total yards in this ball game. North Hall at 156 and Gainesville at 139. But no points. Not yet, at least. 2nd down and 9. Green back to pass. Green throws behind Mahaffey, and he got a hand on it and tipped it up in the air, which is a dangerous thing to do because North Hall was right there, but they couldn't come up with the deflected pass.
Yeah, Smiley, 25, the outside linebacker that plays that stud linebacker position right there on Mahaffey. As you said, Matt, very dangerous.
So now it's 3rd down and 8. Casper Wayman now in the backfield. Green back to pass. Throws behind Goss at the 25-yard line, but a flag goes down at the 20. And we may have a penalty on North Hall.
Yeah, they threw that at Tyler Rogers, the backup free safety, spelling T.J. Pitts back there.
Pass interference, the call on North Hall.
And it's got to even be more frustrating because
the ball wasn't going that way.
No, it was not going to the man Rogers was on. It's behind Goss there.
Bob Christmas is saying the ball was tipped. Therefore, it's a live ball. You can hit people when the ball is hit, and Bob Christmas may have a legitimate beef there, and a timeout has been called. And we'll take 1-2 with 3:39 to play in the opening half. A scoreless ball game on the Chevrolet Game of the Week.
Your kids getting enough art? Where's the music? I don't hear any. Arts programs are being cut, making it hard for my kids and yours. Arts education is important, so it goes. Fight for it, because the less arts kids get, the more it shows. Rapping, painting, or creating music, arts education is key. How's that, Mom?
Remember what I told you, Chuck. Less bebop and more hip-hop.
Art. Ask for more. AmericansForTheArts.org.
There is really only one boy, one girl, one tree, one forest, one ocean, one mountain, one sky, and one simple way to care for it all. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together under one name, EarthShare. One environment, one simple way to care for it.
Bob Christmas was out there talking with the officials a few moments ago, and they're still conferring. They might bring this one back. Let's take another look at it because, watch, they threw pass interference on North Hall, but watch what happens. The ball is tipped, and once the ball is tipped, it's fair game for anybody. Once the ball is tipped, you can't have pass interference, and I think that's what the officials are discussing right now.
And I think they're going to overrule this. Now you see there the officials are huddling up as on the break. Bob Christmas was huddled with the officials explaining to him what he thought that we were just discussing, that that's a non-penalty after the ball is tipped.
So let's see if the officials change things here. Yep, that's exactly what they're saying right now. And now they're going to get an argument from Bruce Miller, but that's exactly what they're telling Bruce Miller right now. The ball was tipped. Therefore, you cannot throw a flag on it. The officials are doing the right thing here. And that is the right call.
And that's what you call a good timeout. Bob Christmas calls that timeout. Had he not called timeout, they would have continued on.
So now it's going to be 4th down and 5 with the ball at the 30-yard line.
It looks like we're going to see a long field goal attempt here by Johnny Nally.
Here's another look at it. Watch when the ball is tipped, and it is right there by the offensive player, Adrian Goss, the receiver. It's a free ball. There cannot be interference after that. And the officials went back and made the right call, and you're right. Great timeout by Bob Christmas to make his case. And now we have a 47-yard field goal attempt by Johnny Nally. You got a great look at it right there. Nally gets the kick up, and Nally, it is going to be no good. It looked like it was just right of the post. And we remain scoreless. Nally looked like he had the distance on it, but pushed it just a little bit wide of the post.
I tell you what, Nally did a great job here. P.J. Davis had a tough time with the snap, and I think it messed up.
All right, let's check in with Chuck.
Kick.
Guys, we talk all the time about the wing T being such a run-based offense. Not a lot of passing, not the most accomplished quarterbacks normally throwing the football in this offense. Why do they put them on the move? It seems like a more difficult pass when you roll out the guy. It actually makes it easier because you cut that field in half and limit the number of reads he has to have. So rolling out makes it easier on the quarterback.
Garcia back to pass, gonna dump it off, it's complete. Hollander up to the 43-yard line. Devin Hollander, that ball was nearly picked off, but it turns into a big play for North Hall, and now we got a flag back at the 10-yard line, and they may have roughed the passer. No, it's going to be holding on North Hall, so it's coming back.
Yeah, there were a trio of Red Elephants putting pressure on Garcia before he delivers that football, and Hollander was very lucky to make this grab because he doesn't come back for the football, and it's almost nearly intercepted. There you see the hold right there on Mahaffey as he was coming through the left side, but Hollander does not come back for the football. Fortunate to make that reception.
Steve Burrell makes the call. That's holding. That's a good call, too. These officials have thrown a lot of flags, but they've been right on it tonight. That's two calls right in a row. Mahaffey was coming hard at the quarterback, and the offensive lineman grabbed him by the arm and said, "Hold up a minute, big boy." First down now, and the ball's way back at the 5-yard line. There's the hold right there.
That left hand guy has a bunch of red jersey there.
Michael Spell, the right tackle, unfortunately was the one called for holding. 7 penalties now on North Hall, 3 on Gainesville. A lot of penalties here in the first half, but the officials have been calling it right. First down and a long way to go. 25 now. Pitts on the carry. And Pitts up to about the 12-yard line on the play. Deshaun Drinks, the cornerback, was in on the tackle that time, along with Brandon Strickland.
And I think North Hall is going to try to milk the clock here. Don't want to commit a turnover. You're deep in your own territory. Still second and about 20. They give the ball to their home run threat, T.J. Pitts. Let's see what he can do. And comes up with a nice run here. Good second effort. Pick up a few more yards.
Clock down under 2:45 to play in the first half. Ball at the 12, second down. They've got to get to the 30 for the first down, and now flags go down again, and we may have had illegal procedure on North Hall. But if North Hall, and that is the call, that's a 5-yard mark-off against the Trojans, and there's Mahaffey. Mahaffey is on the sideline. He's maybe catching a breath, maybe shaking up a little bit for Gainesville. He's had a big first half, but if North Hall can go into halftime scoreless here, I think you got to count it as a moral victory for these guys, because they haven't beaten these guys in forever, and they were down 24-7 to them a year ago and got beat on their home field 2 years ago, 65-21.
But on the flip side of that, you're knocking on the door several times tonight. You don't cash in any points.
Garcia rolling. He's just going to run it, and Garcia is going to go down at the 17-yard line. B.J. Ware, the defensive tackle, in on the stop for Gainesville, along with Justin Wilkins.
Now, that was a nice job by Garcia on that play, not putting the football up in the air. They only had 2 men running routes on that side of the field. Just tucks it under, keep that clock moving. You don't want to make that big mistake.
That was Rashad Williams, number 4, not number 44, Justin Williams on that tackle. And now a timeout has been called by North Hall on 3rd down and 13. And let's check out some other scores from around the area tonight, where Buford looking to extend their winning streak to 48 games. Gainesville will play Buford next week, by the way. Buford leading Central Gwinnett 14-7. Marist, we'll see them next week against Tucker, and what a game that's going to be.
A terrific win.
War Eagles landed on Chamblee 35-6 in the second quarter. Noonan leading Decatur 7-0 in the second quarter. Noonan's 5A, Decatur is AA. Decatur hanging with them right now. Oh, look at that one. Number 1 LaGrange leading number 2 Shaw 14-3 in the second quarter.
A little more points than I expected already.
Yeah, I thought it'd be 3-0. Final score. Peach County leading Houston County 7-0. That's in the first quarter
I'll
of
tell
play.
you what, Peach is loaded with some talented prospects.
Burke County leading Thompson 14-7. That's in the first quarter. Vidalia leading Swainsboro 13-6 in the first quarter. So it's 3rd down and 13 now. CSS on the scene here in Gainesville tonight. And now a timeout by North Hall after Gainesville had burned a timeout. So now it's 3rd down and 13. Clock stop with 2:07. Gainesville wants to get the ball back. Of course, we've got a big college football weekend coming up here on CSS. A triple header for you on Saturday, starting at 12 noon Eastern with a battle from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes and Iowa State. Actually, that's a Big Ten, Big 12 battle there. State rivals there in Iowa. Central Michigan will take on Michigan State at 3:30. And then at 7 o'clock Eastern, Furman at Samford. That's going to be a great game. The Paladins ranked in the top 5 in the nation. Samford, good program, coming off a loss to Georgia Tech last week. Played the Yellow Jackets hard. Triple header of college football here on CSS tomorrow afternoon. Let's check in with Chuck Oliver.
Gentlemen, one of the guys you mentioned earlier, number 51 for Gainesville, blue right, two-way starter, D tackle, O tackle, getting that ankle rewrapped, rolled it a little bit. That's why he's not in here at crunch time right now.
3rd down and 13 following the timeout. Whitmire gets the pitch, and here he comes. Whitmire steps out of bounds, and that's good for Gainesville because that's going to stop the clock, meaning Gainesville is going to get the ball back with pretty good field position and a good deal of time on the clock.
That's a mental error there by Whitmire. You do not want to go out of bounds here. As you'll see, he steps right on the sideline. The official's right there with a good call. So Gainesville will have about 2 minutes to put something together. And probably good field position.
Bradley Bernard standing at his 7-yard line to punt. Tyson Randolph deep for Gainesville, but he's standing at his own 45. Bernard off the side of his foot. Takes a North Hall hop and across midfield, and he rolls dead at the 45. So Gainesville has only 55 yards to go to score, and they've got 1:51 on the clock here in the second quarter. Legendary Bobby Groon Field here in Gainesville, Georgia. For those watching around the southeast, not familiar with the geography in Georgia, Gainesville on the banks of the gorgeous Lake Sidney Lanier. Nice drive up here from the city of Atlanta this afternoon. Beautiful time to be on the lake. Hope you're enjoying the ball game wherever you may be watching or listening tonight. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Green back to pass. He's going deep. It's up for grabs, and it's knocked down. They were looking for sure Rashad Williams, and a fine play made by, I think that's Pitts.
Yeah, Pitts goes both ways. Also a pretty good free safety. Hasn't played that position too much tonight. They're trying to rest him. There you see Jeffrey Green, 3 of 7 for 50 yards on the evening. Just underthrew his wide receiver on that play.
And watch Pitts go up and knock this down. And you're right, I haven't seen him play a lot on defense tonight, but with it being 2 minutes left in the half and desperately not wanting Gainesville to score anything right here before the end of the quarter, they got him in there. And a handoff. Goss goes down. Nothing doing. That was Wake Fickey, the defensive end, with the tackle for loss.
And Fickey also the starting center for this North Hall football team. A lot of guys on both sides of the ball play both ways, and it'll be interesting to see in the second half the conditioning. And what these guys did in the offseason really helps them here in the second half because it is a little bit humid out there, although a cooler night.
Well, Bruce Miller called this a mini Brookwood and Parkview, and it is rivalry standpoint, and it also is, remember, these are AAA teams, not 5A teams. So in a AAA game, depth a little bit more of an issue than it is in a 5A game. You're going to see a lot more guys going both ways in these type situations. Back to the original line of scrimmage on the 3rd down carry. And let's see, a timeout has been called by North Hall. I didn't know that they had any left, but apparently they do.
Yeah, I thought they burned all 3 already. North Hall does a nice job on this sequence. Oh, here we see the replay of the pass play. Green just underthrows this ball a little bit, allowing Pitts to recover and tip that pass.
So 4th down, North Hall used a timeout I didn't know that they had. Let's check in with Chuck Oliver.
Jamie and Matt, earlier in the night, you were talking about that play you liked that North Hall ran on 4th down. It's called the crisscross, the special, the sally. The terminology changes, but the play doesn't. You hand it to one of those split backs going outside. It's an inside handoff to the wing back coming back where the center is. And who's his lead blocker? The fullback who lines up beside the tailback. So a lot of different terminology, but most wing T teams will break out that 89 special is what a lot of them call it, about once or twice a night, and we've already seen North Hall run it on a 4th down.
Let's call it the Chucky tonight.
It's the Chucky. The thing about that is you got to make 2 handoffs in that play. And sometimes it's very difficult. Some teams have trouble making 1 handoff, much less 2. But if you're well versed in the wing T, you can make it happen. So a punting situation here for Gainesville. And Nally. And now a timeout's called by Gainesville. Everybody using their timeouts, not leaving any on the board here before the end of the half.
Not tonight.
Red Elephants will take on the Buford Wolves in their next game next week at Buford. Wolves will probably be playing with a 48-game winning streak when they take on Gainesville, and that is going to be a serious challenge.
Oh, well.
To Buford's winning streak.
No question about it. You know, this is a very talented Gainesville football team. Obviously, Buford has been unbelievable for the past few seasons. Congratulations once again to Dexter Wood and that program. What a job he has done.
I had mentioned earlier that they play a 9-game region schedule. Actually, they play an 8-game region schedule because Buford is not in their region. But then after that, after playing Buford, they line up and play the rest of them in the region. Gainesville cheerleaders out here early today, hanging banners. 4th down and 10. Snap goes back and Nally kicks it away. Whitmire will let it hit, and it rolls and takes a big Gainesville roll, and it's going to be downed at the 2-yard line. So the ball is at the 2-yard line for North Hall as they'll go back on offense. I'm guessing with the intent of trying to run out the clock here, the North Hall cheerleaders.
Well, not enough room to take a knee, but you be careful with the football and run a couple quarterback sneaks and go into halftime.
Packed house here at Bobby Groon Field. They're lined up around the fences. Off in the woods behind the end zone over to my right and on my left.
An amazing crowd tonight. Great atmosphere for high school football.
Oh, okay. Sorry, man.
Quarterback keeper Garcia just backs his way out of there up to the 6-yard line. Pick up about 4 on the play for Brandon Garcia. And they'll probably have to run one more play, I think, to kill the clock here in the second quarter. Again, I don't know whether it's a moral victory or not. I just know that a year ago, North Hall went to the locker room down 24-7 in this ball game, and they're going to go to the locker room deadlocked with their arch rival Gainesville.
Yeah, it was only a 10-point game, but it was a little worse than that. 31-21 was the final score.
No more plays to be run here in the second quarter. In what has been a very entertaining first quarter, North Hall and Gainesville scoreless as we go to the locker room. Lots of yardage, but no scores. Chuck Oliver standing by with Bruce Miller.
Coach, you got to like the way that the wing T has moved the ball tonight. The fumbles obviously killing you, but as far as the yards, you have to be happy about that.
Well, we're moving the football. We just got to quit turning it over when we get down there. We've had 2 opportunities and hadn't made them happen. And, you know, in a ball game like this, you got to take care of your opportunities.
How are you pleased with the passing game so far? Because it seemed you unfurled a little bit more of that than maybe you planned to in the pregame.
Well, we just got to keep going and got to get some protection. We got good protection a couple times, and we just got to get the throws in there. And a lot of things got to happen right now.
These kids drink enough of that Powerade during the week. They look like those cramps may be held off for a couple more quarters.
We're trying to feed. I mean, this is just a human night. We're trying to get as much in them as we can.
All right, good luck, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Chuck. Halftime here at legendary Bobby Groon Field in Gainesville, Georgia, where the Gainesville Red Elephants and the North Hall Trojans are deadlocked in a scoreless tie on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
The online shopping destination for SEC fans, SECstore.com. Simply the easiest way to get all your favorite team gear with thousands of products available right at your fingertips, including conference logo apparel and premium brand name merchandise. And at championship time, it's the quickest way to get the exclusive, officially licensed championship caps and tees. And check out the special discounts and promotional offers every week. It's the one-stop source for SEC fans, SECstore.com.
Hello?
Tim, it's John. I hate to do this, but we have to eliminate some positions, and yours is one of them.
What? You're firing me over the phone?
I guess so. It's just business.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm at the conference in New York.
Every employee is valuable to us. Our profits are the highest they have been in the history of our company.
And welcome back to legendary Bobby Groon Field in Gainesville, Georgia, where the Gainesville Red Elephants and the North Hall Trojans in a scoreless tie. We've had a heck of a ball game in the first half, Jamie. Lots of yardage, but no points.
We may see goose eggs on the scoreboard, but both teams have been very effective moving the football 20-20. But we have about 4 turnovers. They're knocking on the door. They just can't capitalize. But it's been a terrific high school football game.
Terrific game, running the ball and also passing the ball. Both the teams have gone to the air, maybe a little bit more than we anticipated, but it's worked well for both of them.
Yeah, especially early on. Really caught us off guard up here in the booth. Going to the air early and often in that first quarter, and then the running games where both teams kind of took over.
All right, time now for the Chevrolet Principal's Minute. For that, let's go down on the field to Chuck Oliver.
Guys, I am first joined by North Hall Principal Gary Brown. And Mr. Brown, you must be pleased with the hire of Coach Christmas. Looks good so far.
Yeah, we sure are. Bob's come in and just done a wonderful job, and he's pulled the whole community together, and we're just happy about the product we put out on the field.
Certainly the bar is pretty high tonight coming into Gainesville trying to get this victory, but the crew looks pretty good so far.
It does, but it's a tough ball game. We've seen a few mistakes, but you don't get that in emotional games like this.
Also, David Shoemake, principal from Gainesville, joining us. And Mr. Shoemake, you've got to be pleased with the crowd tonight and the enthusiasm.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great game and a great rivalry between North Hall and Gainesville, and it's great for our community. We're happy and we're proud of our kids on both sides.
Now, while it's nice to talk to me about football and the environment and the environment around the stadium and all, Tim Allison from Hardy Chevrolet is actually going to give you something you can take home.
We are proud at Hardy Chevrolet to congratulate each school and donate $500 for the Open Scholarship Fund. We wish each school continued success on the playing field and in the classroom. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of North Hall, I know Gainesville, we really do appreciate y'all's support, and thank you for this opportunity.
And yes, thank you very, very much. We appreciate your support of our kids and high school athletics. It's a great night for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chuck. The Chevrolet Principal's Minute, and we appreciate being here, too. We're excited to be here for our first time ever at legendary Bobby Groon Field. While we have a moment, let's listen to the North Hall High School Marching Band.
Guys, thank you much.
The North Hall High School Marching Band, halftime here at legendary Bobby Groon Field in Gainesville, Georgia, where Gainesville and North Hall High School are scoreless. We'll come back more halftime right after this timeout on CSS.
The reason for me coming back was, obviously to come back and get a degree. I just thought about after football. And I want to be somewhere at a big office, at a skybox office, looking over the city, really sitting back and doing business. Education is the only thing that is guaranteed. It's the only thing. When you have a degree, no one can take that away from you. NCAA football, a lifetime of opportunity.
Now there's a drug available all across America.
Ecstasy changed my life.
Ecstasy is not for everyone. In fact, it's not for anyone. New studies show that ecstasy is toxic to the body. Side effects may include depression, severe anxiety, hypertension, heat stroke, seizures, heart attacks, liver damage, kidney or cardiovascular system failure, worried parents, loss of friends, isolation, emptiness.
Ecstasy changed my whole life.
Ask your doctor and see why ecstasy isn't right for you.
And welcome back to the legendary Bobby Groon Field in Gainesville, Georgia. Halftime, the Gainesville Red Elephants and the North Hall Trojans are scoreless. Matt Stewart and Jamie Newberg with you, and thanks for joining us for another fabulous Friday night of high school football here on CSS. Of course, the college football season underway. Saturday, number 2. Tomorrow, one of the big games in the ACC. Of course, the big game in the ACC is tonight. The big game in the ACC on Saturday, Clemson Tigers and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets trying to make amends for a stomping at the hands of Clemson last year, 39-3.
Yeah, 36-point loss, and we get to see Reggie Ball against Charlie Whitehurst. But I really think the X factor is that big running back at Georgia Tech and P.J. Daniels. He's going to have a great game for Tech to have a chance. And I like their chances at Clemson tomorrow night. Going to be a great football game.
Of course, it's been a difficult week for the entire Bowden family, and that includes Tommy Bowden after he lost his former brother-in-law and nephew in a car wreck on Sunday night. Part of that whole hurricane that came through the Florida area, Hurricane Francis, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the Bowden family. Difficult for Tommy Bowden. He missed one day of practice for the funeral. Nonetheless, his team has had to get ready for a Yellow Jackets team that's looking for revenge.
We will prepare for a 60-minute game just like we did this week. That's all I talked about my team about last week, and that's all we talk about this week. Will be a 60-minute game. It's about totally flip-flopping the environment we just played in. Whereas Wake beat us bad and came in here, now we beat Georgia Tech bad, now they come in. Where there is a so-called revenge motive based on last year's performance.
We're not too concerned with like the revenge factor them coming in here. We're just going to, go by the scheme, play our defense the way we play it. Let the offense do what they do and just go out and try to look for win number 2.
Georgia Tech's going to be prepared for us this year. I mean, we just got to expect the unexpected this year.
I mean, they're a great team. We expect them to come in here, very hungry. Being that they played Sanford the first game, they probably a little bit more fresher than we are. So they're probably coming here attacking us from, the run game, the passing game. They'll probably try to attack us in every aspect of the game.
I'm thinking that this year's team, because of the leadership, will be able to understand the mental edge that Georgia Tech's going to have in the game because of last year's game.
We're going to go out this week to practice and just, try to focus on our keys and just go out and try to get another win.
And let's take a look at the college football action coming up on CSS over the next week. Of course, we told you a triple header coming up on Saturday. The 3 games starting at 12 noon Eastern with Iowa and Iowa State at 3:30, Central Michigan and Michigan State. And then at 7 o'clock, Furman at Sanford. And then on Sunday, you can begin our encore football schedule. On Sunday, you can catch the replay of Georgia and South Carolina at 3:30 Eastern. Then at 9 o'clock, right after Talking Sports with Danny Sheridan, you can catch the replay of Auburn and Mississippi State. On Tuesday, you can see Georgia and South Carolina twice at 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock Eastern. And that Georgia-Clemson game can be seen at 3 and 9 on Wednesday. You'll be able to see the Florida State and Miami game. That'll be coming up for you at 12 noon Eastern and 7 o'clock Eastern. And then Georgia Tech and Clemson again at 2 and 9 on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we'll wrap up our encore schedule at 1 and 8 Eastern with the Ole Miss Rebels and the Alabama Crimson Tide. And a great lineup of ball games here on CSS. There's no way you can catch them all on Saturday, so that's why we replay them all throughout the week, so you can catch all the games that you missed the first time around on Saturday.
I catch all those replays while I'm working at home. It's great.
And of course, Jamie Newberg is our college football expert, and you can see him every Monday and Thursday night on Sports Night with my partners Jamie Dukes, Matt Chernoff, and Ryan Stewart. All right, we got other scores to pass along here from around the area and the state of Georgia. Let's take a look at some of the scores from around the area, courtesy of GeorgiaSports.com. And here you go at halftime. Look at that. Buford and Central Gwinnett are tied at 14, and so that Buford 47-game winning streak
on the line
in jeopardy tonight as they're taking on Central Gwinnett. At halftime, Marist tuning up for their big game against Tucker. They are whipping up on Chamblee tonight, 49-6. Halftime, Noonan and Decatur, and the Cougars a 7-0 lead on Decatur. Steve Davenport's team.
I thought that'd be a score fest.
And look at that. We thought this would be a defensive struggle. LaGrange's the #1 team in AAA, playing the #2 team in AAA. And Shawn is 21-10 at halftime.
Yeah, both teams known for great defense, already 31 points.
Peach County leading Houston County tonight down in Fort Valley. That's 10-0 in the second quarter. My daughter, a 9th grader at Houston County. I thought I would mention that. We're pulling for them tonight. Vidalia leading Swainsboro 13-6. That's in the second quarter. And of course, we are halftime here at Bobby Groon Field in Gainesville, where the Red Elephants and the North Hall Trojans are scoreless. Will continue at halftime right after this timeout on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
The SEC Education Initiative has reached over 1 million children and has positively impacted the teacher's role in building academic skills.
Out of all the programs on our computer, what's your favorite one?
Kids Touch. It reaches the children that are really hard to reach. And they learn, and they're not really realizing they're learning.
It's incredible to see the enthusiasm that they have.
The Universities of the Southeastern Conference, equipping tomorrow's leaders today.
Nice swing.
Nice reflexes.
Tennis.
Every weekend. You?
Twice a week.
I can tell.
Get fit, have fun, make friends. Log on to tenniswelcomecenter.com and learn to play tennis fast.
And welcome back. Halftime here at Bobby Groon Field in Gainesville, where the Red Elephants and the North Hall Trojans are scoreless. Matt Stewart, Jamie Newberg, Chuck Oliver, the third member of our crew, is down on the field. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights of the first half. Like we said, there's lots of yardage in this game, but no scores in this game. But too many turnovers for both these teams. Fumbles. It looked like Goss was going to score, and then he coughed it up.
Yeah, Gainesville was putting together an excellent drive. Goff coughs it up here. North Hall gets the ball back, and they proceed to turn the ball over. So both teams have moved the ball very successfully between the 20s, but just not able to capitalize. And here, so TJ Pitts, no running room whatsoever. The first of Mahaffey's 2 fumble recoveries in that first half.
Yeah, Mahaffey just stole the ball from Pitts right there. So you can make the argument it should have been 7-7. But then Gainesville moving the ball again, and then Brown going to lose the ball here when Bernard comes in and strips him. But North Hall was unable to take advantage of that fumble recovery because on their very next possession, you know, it was Mahaffey again coming up with a fumble recovery.
And you asked the question earlier, who does this affect more because it's a 0-0 football game? Well, Gainesville's a team that's always been on top. I think this affects North Hall more because they're the team trying to get over the hump and beat Gainesville. They had plenty of opportunities, as Gainesville did, but yet it's still 0-0.
We're having to be armchair psychologists right now to try to figure out the psyche of these two teams as they're in the locker room. We know the bottom line, though, is that they're even after 2 quarters of play. Let's take a look at the halftime statistics. And here you go. First downs, Gainesville with one more first down than North Hall.
Yeah, and all you see, the real big difference is just the passing yards by North Hall, up 46 yards, but the big key there, 2 turnovers to 2 turnovers. Both teams been able to move the football tonight. And I think a big thing in the second half is to watch the conditioning of both teams, especially on the lines of scrimmage.
Well, there are your halftime stats. Tells you that both teams are even. They're both even on the scoreboard. Let's take a look at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution top 10 in all 5 classifications. The defending state champion, Camden County Wildcats, still on top. And then you got Lowndes, Brookwood at number 3, Parkview at number 4. They have a loss already. They lost to Camden County. That's why they're number 4.
But they had a big win last weekend at home against Colquitt County, who drove up from South Georgia, and they put a thumping on Colquitt.
Stars Mill, we saw in the second week of the season, beat Pebblebrook, and they were unranked to begin the year. They're already at number 7. In Quabe, Marist, the defending state champions, number 1. They have a 17-game winning streak. They're going to make it 18 tonight. And you see number 1 Marist, you see number 7 Tucker. A team we saw throttle Lakeside 44-0 last week. We're going to see Tucker at Marist next Friday night here in Atlanta.
Oh, it's going to be a great game next Friday night. Make sure you tune in for that. 2 powerhouses there.
And there you see Mount Zion. They were unranked to start the season. They put a whooping on Lovejoy, and so they're ranked number 10. Here in Class AAA, LaGrange and Shaw, they're playing tonight. LaGrange has an 11-point halftime lead. Even if Shaw loses that game, don't expect them to drop. I think they'll stay number 2. Peach County in action tonight. They're leading Houston County. Gainesville, the team you're watching here tonight, at number 6. And MLK in Westminster, they're in the same region, and they're still unbeaten.
And of course, we saw LaGrange the opening week destroy Noonan, and they are one of the most impressive teams we've seen in 6 or 7 years we've been doing high school football.
The AA rankings, Buford on top, no surprise there.
But they got a dogfight on their hands tonight.
They're playing up in classification tonight. Right. Central Gwinnett, higher classification. Buford hanging with them, though. It's 14-14 at halftime. And there's the rest of them. Decatur also in action tonight, playing up in classification against 5A's Noonan. And they were trailing at halftime. And Hawkinsville on top there in Class A. They won their big game with Twiggs County earlier. Twiggs County did not fall very far. They're at number 4. Pacelli at number 3.
Yeah, all 4 of those first 4 teams, 1 through 4, all talented and have enough ability to win the state championship this year in that single A classification.
We're just 3 weeks into the season, and we actually 4 weeks into the season. This is the 3rd game for both these teams, and we've seen some great football. And the great thing about it, at this point of the season, you're just starting to see teams emerge, and you're seeing some surprises, you're seeing some disappointments, but you're also seeing some of the same old usual suspects, so to speak, at the top of the list.
The cream rises to the crop most of the time, and that's what we're going to see pretty much in the state of Georgia. Some terrific programs from top to bottom in every single classification.
Of course, there's a big stir on this Friday night because of Hurricane Francis. The Florida State and Miami game was moved to tonight, Friday night, and there's been a long-standing tradition, an unwritten rule among college football coaches that they would not play games on Friday night because of their association and relationship with high school football. But nonetheless, Florida State, Miami playing tonight. Started the second quarter. Seminoles have a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, kind of surprising. A little low scoring. I thought there'd be a little more points on the board, but they have a 3-0 lead. And I got the TiVo going right now so I can watch it when I get home.
We've got a great one here, so no need to change the channel. You can catch Florida State and Miami here on CSS on Wednesday. You can see us live right here, so keep it right here. We're at halftime. We'll come back right after this timeout. You're watching the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
Meat lovers, they deserve a good meal, like the new Smokehouse Grill at Golden Corral, with grilled Maplewood chicken, Cajun smoked sausages, barbecue smoked short ribs, smoked pork chops, and smoked salmon, plus all your other buffet favorites. It's the perfect lineup for anyone counting carbs. For a limited time, every night on the dinner buffet. Golden Corral, everyone deserves a good meal.
Hello?
Tim, it's John. I hate to do this, but we have to eliminate some positions, and yours is one of them.
What? You're firing me over the phone?
I guess so. It's just business.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm at the conference in New York.
Every employee is valuable to us. Our profits are the highest they have been in the history of our company.
The Gainesville girls basketball team receiving their state championship rings here tonight. Congratulations to the Lady Red Elephants, winners of the AAA state championship this past season. There you see, they're looking at their rings, comparing them. Congratulations. Long-standing tradition of athletic excellence. Wayne Vickery, who's the athletic director here at Gainesville High School. Outstanding baseball program. Won state championships. Chris Carpenter, a former punter and pitcher for the Georgia Bulldogs, and later a pitcher with the St. Louis Cardinals in Major League Baseball, on the staff of the football coach here, Bruce Miller, and on the baseball staff with Wayne Vickery. So a long-standing tradition of athletic excellence here at Gainesville High School. You see the North Hall Trojans getting prepared to retake the field here in what has been a scoreless first half between this North Hall team and this Gainesville team. It's going to be interesting to see. We're going to check in with Chuck Oliver in just a moment. He's going to talk with Bob Christmas, the Trojans head coach, and we'll see what Coach Christmas has to say here. And they're ready. Chuck's down there with Bob. Chuck?
Coach, good first half coming into a place like Gainesville. Your kids don't seem to be intimidated by this at all.
No, our kids aren't. I can tell you that. Our kids have played hard. We've hurt ourselves with penalties and fumbles. We got a third and about an inch on the 10, and we jump off sides down there, and we've got to stop that. But our kids are playing hard, and they're not intimidated.
You, of course, know coaching that wing T, defending it is all about discipline and making play an assignment football. When you get a little tired, though, that discipline, that assignment is the first thing to go. How's the depth?
Well, they probably got an edge on us depth-wise, there's no doubt about it. So our kids are really going to have to be tough tonight.
And, Coach, we were trying to figure out in the booth, is it the special, the Sally, the crisscross? What did you call that play on the fourth down where you did the double handoff?
Yeah, that's a crisscross, yeah.
Worked well. You're going to see it again in the second half, maybe?
Yeah, probably will.
All right, congratulations. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Chuck. Halftime here, Gainesville and North Hall getting ready for the start of the third quarter. Be sure to catch Sports Night every Monday night at 6 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock for the replay, along with my partners Jamie Dukes, Ryan Stewart, and Matt Chernoff. The hottest sports show in the Southeast on Monday night. We'll be joined by our college football expert, Jamie Newberg's going to join us on Monday night, isn't that right?
And we'll have a lot to talk about.
And our NASCAR expert, Dan Elliott. Of course, this is the Chevy Rock and Roll 400 is Saturday night in Richmond. And after that, they're going to cut it down to 10 race car drivers in the chase for the championship for the Nextel Cup. So Dan Elliott will be in on Monday night to give us all the lowdown on that. On Tuesday night, Scoville Jenkins won the boys' national 18 under national championship. First African-American tennis player ever to do that. Played Andy Roddick in the main draw of the U.S. Open. He's going to be back from New York by Tuesday night. He's going to join us in studio along with our NFL expert, Gerald Riggs. On Wednesday night, Atlanta Falcons legendary quarterback Steve Bartkowski will join us in studio, as well as our college football recruiting expert, Scott Kennedy. On Thursday night, Atlanta Falcons star wide receiver Peerless Price will be in studio. Newbie will be back with us that night. On Friday night, our NFL expert Gerald Riggs will be back in there as well to preview weekend number 2 of the NFL season. And Chuck Oliver is with us down on the sideline. Chuck, what you got?
Gentlemen, we talked about Blue Wright, that offensive tackle, defensive tackle there for Gainesville, his injury just before halftime. Talking to the Gainesville coaching staff during halftime, he said that Blue Wright's had the ankle retaped. He may be able to go, which is so important depth-wise, a two-way starter like that. If he can't, though, they're going to slide Bubba Boatwright, the guard beside him, slide him out to tackle, and then put Bo Wren in at guard. That's dicey, fellas, because at that point, effectively, you have 2 second-team players, a second-team tackle and a second-team guard, with Bubba Boatwright playing out of position. So they certainly hope the Blue Wright can go.
Well, Chuck, you being a former offensive line coach at the high school level, I got to ask you, though, whenever you've got Bubba, Blue, and Bubba, Blue, and Bo on your offensive line, you got to be okay, right?
Oh, man, we're going to block legs. I tell you, that's if I got block legs.
Bubba, Blue. Oh, there you go. All right, we're ready for the start of the third quarter. Thanks for joining us across the Southeast, wherever you may be watching on the CSS network, and also here in Atlanta, Sports Talk 790 The Zone. We hope you're enjoying the ball game, whether you're watching or listening tonight. We've had a heck of a ball game in the first half. Second half should be just as entertaining. Nally to kick off. And Whitmire will take it at the 5. Whitmire gets by one man, and then another. Flags go down, though, and Whitmire is going to be hauled down from behind by Mahaffey at the 47-yard line, but this one's coming back.
Now, I think we're going to get a block in the back. Didn't catch the number.
Well, just as well, some relatives might be watching right now.
Whitmire showing some good speed. Here you see he's showing the patience. Nice cut there to evade the Red Elephant tackler, and you'll see the speed to get around the corner.
Look at Mahaffey run him down.
I tell you, Mahaffey has been impressive on both sides of the football tonight.
Well, we have the mark off, and they're going to knock it back to the 19.5-yard line, so that's a big penalty. Let's see if we can catch the penalty here, the block in the back. I think, was that where they called it, right there out of the corner of our screen?
I think it was on Goss.
Yeah, it was hard to tell. But Goss was the one who was blocked.
Exactly,
in the back,
exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line, so that's a big penalty against North Hall. Garcia on the keeper, and Garcia up to the 24-yard line. Tony Newman, the linebacker, made the stop for Gainesville. Pick up a 4 for the quarterback.
And that was another two-man route. They had Pitts out in the flat, and they ran their tight end Rogers out down the sideline. They were both covered. Garcia does a nice job of not forcing a throw and just picking up what he can.
And Garcia, for the night, has thrown the ball 4 times, completed 3 of them for 96 yards. 2 of them have gone to his tight end, Derek Rich, and that has been an effective combination. Handoff with Pitts. And Pitts got away from the linebacker and then struggles up to the 26-yard line. Justin Wilkins had him in his grasp, but he was able to get away from Wilkins, but he still only picked up 2 yards on the play.
You got to wrap him up. Pitts, 192 pounds, 5'11", runs right through. You'll see number 44, Justin Wilkins, come into your screen. Just does not quite wrap him up there. Pitts driving those legs.
3rd and 3.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 4 with the ball at the 26-yard line. Pitts with right at 100 yards of offense in this ballgame. Wilsden did not get back to the line.
No, the quarterback Garcia kept the football.
Oh, yeah, we got fooled on the play. Garcia picked up the 1st down. Sneaky play, they had me going. I thought Wilsden had the ball.
Well, they faked the belly right there. Nice job by Garcia. You see a couple of Red Elephants go that way. Newman trying to chase him down, and Garcia gets enough for the 1st down. Nice play fake there.
Big 3rd down conversion for North Hall, so they have it at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10. There's that double handoff. Whitmire, this time wrapped up by Justin Wilkins, and did not get much on the play. Brandon Strickland also in on the tackle for, that's the crisscross, as you heard Bob Christmas talking with Chuck Oliver right there before the start of the 3rd quarter. They call that the crisscross. This time it didn't work as well as it did the 1st time.
No, not at all, as Wilkins being right there on the play to make the stop.
2nd down and 9 with the ball at the 35-yard line. Here comes the corner blitz. They run away from it. Pitts up to the 50-yard line, and he nearly went the distance.
He was inches away from breaking that for our 1st touchdown of the night. Trying to get TJ on track here on this 1st drive of the 2nd half. Watch here. He almost breaks this free. Right there, just gets tripped up. Showing that excellent speed once again to get around the corner.
1st and 10, ball at the 49-yard line as North Hall is once again in Gainesville territory. They've not had a problem getting into the Red Elephants' land, but they haven't been able to convert. Handoff goes to Pitts. He slips out of one tackle, but not out of the hands of Martin Merritt, who trips him up. He falls forward for about a 3-yard gain.
So one thing about Pitts tonight that we've seen, when he gets his shoulder square and he's running downhill, he's going to take you a couple extra yards. Keeps those legs moving very well.
So it's going to be second down with the ball at the 46-yard line. 3.5 minutes into the third quarter. Scoreless game between North Hall and Gainesville. Handoff. Wilsden this time. He does have the ball, and he's down to the 34-yard line. The quick hitter to Chris Wilsden, the running back, in the first down.
Now watch the center and left guard here do a terrific job. You see Zimmerman pull the right guard. Look at that hole for Wilsden. Just a quick hitter right up the middle. Nice job up front by the offensive line. An impressive drive to open up the second half.
Look at that. North Hall out-rushing Gainesville tonight. 132-89. First down and 10. Pitts gets the handoff. Pitts. Too many helmets on him. Mahaffey was there.
Look at all the white helmets.
Blue Wright was there. Martin Merritt was there. They're putting 4 or 5 guys. Every time Pitts goes anywhere with the ball, they've got 4 or 5 guys putting a helmet on him. Chuck Oliver down on the sideline.
Well, guys, for better or worse, I can tell you one thing that won't be happening. Bubba Boatwright won't be moving out to tackle. Heck, he won't even still be playing guard. Cramps in both legs. We talked to the coach about that going into halftime. The kid is dehydrated right now, being carried off the field.
Yeah, we see him right now. It is a very hot and humid night, and it's taking its toll on some of these guys. It's second down and 10. Wilsden, big hole for Wilsden as he crashes down inside the 25-yard line into the 22.
That's the same play they ran 2 plays ago with Wilsden. Works again.
Making the tackle, Deshaun Grant. And Brandon Strickland.
Yeah, they might be keying on number 5 there, Pitts. They better watch out for this big fullback.
He ran right through the arms of Tony Newman, who's a big linebacker. Look at that. Just ran right through Newman.
He sure did. And it took Strickland and Williams to bring him down.
Wilsden 36 yards tonight. Just over 5 yards a carry. And he gets it again, and he's down inside the 15-yard line. They keep feeding the big horse. Actually, that's going to be Hollander, I think. Is that Hollander on the carry?
He's the backup fullback. And
Devin Hollander got the carry that time. Same kind of play.
It's the same play they've run 3 times now. Hey, they can't stop it. Keep going to it. You'll see that right guard, Zimmerman, pulls there. Center and the other guard do a nice job once again. Open up that hole.
Second down and 2. Ball at the 14. Pitts gets the handoff, kicks outside. T.J. Pitts fumbled the ball. Let's see what the officials are going to say.
Calling him out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds and fumbled the ball. T.J. Pitts nearly lost it. North Hall catches a break. At the end of that run, he just lost a grip on it.
I think what he was trying to do is get ready to dive into the end zone and propel that football over the goal line and just loses it, but he ran out of running room.
Yeah, you're right. He was going to try to dive for the pylon. He lost the ball. Fortunately for him, he lost it out of bounds. So first and goal to go for North Hall. Down at the 2-yard line. Quarterback keeper. And let's see, the play is blown dead. Flags down on the field. And that's another killer.
Yep.
North Hall, their own worst enemy with penalties here tonight.
Well, Coach Christmas talked to Chuck before or after halftime talking about that 4th down that killed him with the illegal procedure. They do it once again on first and goal. So you go from the 2-yard line to the 7-yard line.
10 penalties now on North Hall for 82 yards, and Bob Christmas mentioned it. They had a penalty right after they'd picked up a first down. They would have had a first and goal inside the 10. On the next play, they fumble. Handoff goes to Pitts. Newman wraps him up and throws him down at the 10-yard line. Tony Newman with another big tackle. That's his 2nd tackle for loss tonight.
Yeah, we basically see in North Hall run the same couple plays. This is the previous play Pitts ran for the almost touchdown, and here Newman does a great job of making sure he's wrapping up the big fella. T.J. Pitts for the tackle for a loss.
Not enough room here at Bobby Groon Field tonight. Look at that. They've got people up on the hill. That's a pretty hike up above this stadium, but they're standing up on the hill above the stadium to watch the game tonight. Garcia, back to pass. Throwing going. It's caught by the tight end, Rich, and he's down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Derek Rich has been a favorite target for Brandon Garcia tonight.
This is his 3rd reception.
He came in with 3 on the season. He's got 3 here tonight.
Yeah, they ran the play fake to Pitts and rolled Garcia the other way, finding Rich. Just not enough to pick up the touchdown. They get back to the original line of scrimmage at the 2-yard line.
3rd down and goal to go from the 3-yard line. Handoff, Wilsden in the end zone, touchdown, and North Hall has taken a 6-0 lead. An 81-yard drive for the North Hall Trojans, and they do something tonight that to this point no team had been able to do, and that's finish off a drive.
They certainly did, and they managed to eat up 7 minutes of the clock in the most impressive drive tonight by either team, and they finish it with a score. And how appropriate. It goes to Chris Weldon, who was a big part of that drive.
And now a timeout has been called by North Hall. Take another look at the touchdown run by Chris Wilsden.
Wilsden was a big part of this drive. He caps it off with a run right up the middle. Little hole there, just enough to get him through. The offensive line, hats off. They did a tremendous job on this drive, opening up holes for him and Pitts. Basically going to the same couple plays.
Let's check in with Chuck Oliver.
Matt and Jamie, as y'all talked about in the pregame, they have been playing this rivalry for more than 60 years, and best anybody could recall, one North Hall victory. Could be number 2 tonight, but nothing to test the team's mettle like a little prosperity. Let's see how the Trojans can do once they actually have a lead.
Indeed, that is right. Best anybody can remember, one victory for North Hall in this over or close to 60-year rivalry. Danny Mistars on for the PAT. Mistars cranks it through. 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. North Hall, the first team to score. The Trojans lead Gainesville 7-0. You're watching the Chevrolet Game of the Week on CSS.
One joint contains as much cancer-causing tar as 4 cigarettes. Marijuana, it's more harmful than we all thought.
You can take a shot, take a turn, take a spin, take a look at him. But don't take drugs. You can take a walk, take a leap, take a slide, take a ride. So don't take drugs. Your brain gets dizzy, your body goes numb. So if you take drugs, well, that's just dumb. You wanna be strong, you wanna live long. Don't take drugs. Don't take drugs.
Don't take them.
A 3-yard touchdown run by Chris Wilsden. First score of the night, and it capped a mammoth 14-play, 81-yard drive that covered the first 7 minutes of the 3rd quarter.
And it was a very impressive display of mainly running the football, and they were going back to the well. They were running the same 2 plays just about that whole sequence. Gainesville just didn't have an answer.
There's the numbers. You said they were going back to the well. They were actually going back to the will. Wilsden had, 4 or 5 carries on that drive.
I think he had 4 and Pitts had 6.
And North Hall overcame adversity twice on that drive. Actually, the drive, they had an opening kickoff to the Gainesville 47-yard line. That was called back. So instead of starting at the Gainesville 47,
exactly. In the back, it pinned them back.
They started at the 19, and then on a 3rd down and short, once they got down there close, they had a penalty.
1st and goal on the 2.
And it knocked them back to the 7-yard line, yet they were still able to punch it in and score. And now we see how Gainesville responds. Gainesville has not had problems moving the ball on North Hall, but like North Hall in the first half, they had trouble finishing. They were their own worst enemy, fumbling twice when it looked like they were going to score. Tyson Randolph stands at the 5-yard line for the Red Elephants. Short kick. Fumbled. Ball is loose. And it looks like Rashad Williams was able to get back on top of it. He nearly overran it and had trouble pulling it in. Gainesville will take over at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Gainesville fortunate there to recover this fumble. You'll see Williams just not get a hold of this football. It goes right through the breadbasket. He slips, and the ball just seems to be hanging out there, and he can gets that big left paw, and that's a recovery.
ACC football tonight. Florida State now with a 10-0 lead on the Miami Hurricanes in the second quarter. You'll be able to see that game Wednesday here on CSS. Handoff goes to Castleberry. And Castleberry picked up about 2 yards on the play to the 29.
And obviously, Matt, you just talked about how Gainesville was able to move the ball in the first half, and what they did. They used their complement of running backs with Goss and Castleberry and Mahaffey doing a majority of the running in that first half, all pretty successfully. And like you mentioned, they just turned the football over. Castleberry 6 rushes for 34 yards.
Second down and 7. Williams goes in motion and takes the pitch. Eludes one man, dragging a few others, and he's up to the 38-yard line, and Rashad Williams is close to a first down.
I think he got it. They're going to move the chains. Hard running by Williams. You'll see TJ Pitts fly in from his free safety position. He overruns Williams, who makes the cut right there. And who is that? Big number 79. Might be Josh Roper just hanging on. See Pitts overrun the play.
Might have been Wake Fickey who grabbed him by the jersey. Castleberry goes in motion. Handoff. Ball might have been fumbled. North Hall says they have it. And the Trojans have recovered at the 40-yard line.
Jordan Stevens there to pick up the fumble, to recover the fumble. Another costly penalty for Gainesville.
Third fumble of the night for the Red Elephants as Joseph Mahaffey coughed it up and Jordan Stevens recovered. Mahaffey, who has recovered 2 fumbles tonight.
Oh, he's +1 now.
Yeah. Tell that to Coach Bruce Miller right now.
Nah.
First and 10 for North Hall, and now they have it at the Gainesville 40-yard line. And flags go down. Check the call from Steve Burrell. False start. Somebody on that North Hall offensive line. That is the 11th penalty on the Trojans tonight.
You know, it's amazing that they've been able to move the chains and move the football like they have with all the penalties that they've been able to overcome.
Eleven penalties now on North Hall. Gainesville had 3 in the opening
couple minutes.
6 minutes of this game, and they have not had any since. First and 15, ball at the 45. Handoff. Right in the middle, a couple-yard gain there. I think that was Welsden getting the carry again.
Welsden and Wilkins knocking heads like 2 rams.
You see him looking, chuckling as he comes out of
Watch the collision right there between Wilkins at 220 and I don't have Welsden's height and weight, but he's got to be at least 220.
And we got a cramp down there. Saw some of this last week, seeing it here tonight too. I think that's Big Blue right. And it looks like he's got a cramp in his right leg. They started getting here 2 hours early today for this game. The place was filled up by the time we were 30 minutes to kickoff. 263 yards of offense tonight for North Hall, 151 for Gainesville.
And 81 coming on that opening drive here in the second half. As we've mentioned, both teams able to move the ball 20-20. North Hall finally able to capitalize inside the red zone for the touchdown, and Gainesville gives the football up right back to North Hall with great field position.
Let's check in with Chuck Oliver on the sideline.
Guys, if you look around the stadium, you see banners up everywhere from the Gainesville faithful talking about tradition. Welcome back, Gainesville alumni. Of course, down on the scoreboard, you have the banners celebrating region championships, state finals appearances. You know what? North Hall doesn't have any of that in their football history, but they may wind up having the better team tonight.
They may indeed. In fact, when Bob Christmas came to North Hall, the Trojans had been 3-27 in the 3 seasons prior. In his first season, they lost their first 9 games. Final week of the season, they beat an 8-1 Madison County team, and he said that was the catapult, the catalyst to move them into what has now become a winning tradition. The swing pass goes to T.J. Pitts, and he doesn't get very much on the play.
Now Gainesville was looking for that one. As soon as Pitts ran out to that left flat, 3 linebackers, 3 players from Gainesville were over there to basically pin him. He tries to cut back in the middle, but good pursuit there by that Red Elephant defense.
Danny Luong, I believe, was on the tackle there for the Red Elephants, and it's going to be 3rd down and 13 now. And that was Blue Wright. Made the tackle too. Pitts gets the handoff. Pitts trying to get outside. Does not get the first down. Ran out of real estate. Rashad Williams was there to force him out. And now it's going to be 4th down for North Hall, and let's see what they do.
Yeah, they're using that boundary side of the field a lot with Pitts, trying to get him around that corner quickly, trying to seal it so he can use that speed to turn up field. Just not enough running room there on that 3rd down play. And is this going to be North Hall's first punt of the night?
I think it might be. It is their first punt of the... No, it's their second punt of the night. It is their second. Bernard punted late in the first half. So Bernard stands at his 48-yard line. Nobody deep for Gainesville. They're not convinced he's going to boot it away, and he does. Ball going to hit at the 10 and bounce sideways. That's a pretty good punt for North Hall. It's a 30-yard punt, but more importantly, it's the field position, and Gainesville will take over as they're going to spot it at the 11-yard line. GeorgiaSports.com, the source for all your high school football news, bringing you these scores from around the area. Beaufort and Central Gwinnett, 14-14 in the 3rd quarter. Marist killing Chambly, 49-12. No big surprise there. Noonan still leading Decatur, 7-0. That's in the 3rd quarter.
Wow.
Look at that. LaGrange wearing out Shaw tonight, 30-10 in the 3rd quarter. Washington leading Mays at halftime. 1st and 10 for Gainesville with the ball at the 11-yard line. Handoff, Big Mahaffey. Mahaffey picks up 3 yards to the 14-yard line.
I like they go back to Mahaffey. Bruce Miller going back to his big fella there after the fumble on the previous possession. Get that confidence back. Picks up a good 4 yards.
Going to be 2nd down here.
And I always liked when coaches came back to the running back after they cough it up. Showing confidence in your running game, in your running back.
2nd down and 7. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Mahaffey's carried the ball 8 times for 34 yards tonight. Newman, the tight end, splits out to the top of your screen. Green back to pass. Throws it up there for nobody in particular. They broke off the route. Scott Brown apparently was supposed to go deep, and he broke off the route. And Green threw it deep, and Brown wasn't there.
That's exactly what happened. A little miscommunication between quarterback and wide receiver. Brown trying to explain himself.
Now it's going to be 3rd down. Casper Wayman checks out for the Red Elephants. Michael Hendricks splits to the top of your screen. Castleberry goes in motion. Hand off in the middle, nothing doing. Did he ever hand off?
Yeah, he did.
And they pick up maybe a yard on the play. Rashad Williams ended up with the ball. There he is right there on the handoff.
Yeah, he was on that, playing that wing back position. Trying a little misdirection here once again. And who is that? Jay Farrell, number 53, 195-pound defensive end. 13 tackles so far this season and a big one there on third down.
Nally punting from his 3-yard line. Low line drive kick, kicks it away from Pitts, however, and it's going to roll dead at the 44.5-yard line, and North Hall has great field position with 54 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
They certainly do. Both defenses now with 2 back-to-back stops. Like you said, Matt, great field position late in the third.
North Hall, after tonight, playing host to Flowery Branch, then Fannin County. The rest of them are region games until they get to White County there at the end. First and 10, ball at the 44-yard line. Actually, White County is a region game. My apologies. First and 10, handoff. Wilston, big hole for Chris Wilston. He's looking for somebody to run over.
He doesn't run the daylight.
Yeah, actually, if he'd cut inside, he would have gotten more yardage.
Well, he would have picked up the first down.
He actually turned and looked like he wanted to run over a guy, and it cost him from picking up the first down.
That were my thoughts when I was watching him run here.
Now watch. Cut inside, he's got the first down. Instead, he runs right at the defender and tries to run over Rashad Williams.
It's like he's got a homing device. Where's Rashad Williams? I'm going after him.
If he cuts,
lower the shoulder right here.
If
Boom.
he cuts inside, he's got the first down. Picked up 7 on the play. Second down and 3. Might be the final play of the third quarter. Handoff to Wilston again, and he's got a first down to the 31-yard line. And they're really attacking the middle of that Gainesville defense with their big running back, Chris Wilston.
Yeah, they've really exploited that here in this third quarter. They do not have an answer thus far to stop Wilston running that same play.
And Gainesville uses a timeout here with 10 seconds left in the quarter.
I don't know why you burn one there. You're going to have a timeout after one more play when the quarter expires. Unless
they are just that concerned about the way North Hall is pushing the ball, but I didn't think they'd run another play here in the quarter. I thought the quarter would expire before they ran another play. But apparently they'd seen enough of North Hall pushing the Gainesville defense back. As you take a look at our games for those on the network, next Friday night you'll see Lipscomb and Good Pasture live from Nashville. That's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern. Our folks in Atlanta watching on Comcast Cable will see the Tucker Tigers, 8th ranked versus the top ranked and defending state champion Marist War Eagles at 7:30.
And for you Tennessee Volunteer fans, you want to watch that Lipscomb Good Pasture game. Austin Rogers, a wide receiver from Lipscomb, committed to Tennessee this past week. And Patrick Turner, one of the top wide receivers in the country, plays for Good Pasture. Leaning to Tennessee right now. That should be a terrific game with terrific play.
Keeper, Garcia holds on to the ball, gets down to the 26-yard line, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We played 36 minutes with at least 12 to go. We'll go to the fourth quarter. North Hall with a 7-0 lead on the Chevrolet Game of the Week.
It has more standard safety features than any SUV in its class. It is the only small SUV to earn the highest possible ratings in all crash tests by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. It has been voted the 2004 Best Small SUV by Car and Driver. The new all-wheel drive Subaru Forester, a 210 horsepower security blanket you can test drive.
Visit your Subaru dealer for 2.9% APR for 63 months on every 2005 Subaru.
We're gonna make you feel good, really good. Sunny's Real Good Barbecue.
Think about this. All the slow-smoked ribs and chicken you can eat, only $8.99. Slow-smoked in a real pit barbecue for hours and hours until they fall off the bone. With all the potatoes, garlic bread, and coleslaw you can eat, too. All the ribs and chicken you can eat, only $8.99.
At Sunny's, we're gonna make you feel good.
Start of the fourth quarter, North Hall with a 7-0 lead on the 6th-ranked Gainesville Red Elephants. Time now to salute our Chick-fil-A Leadership Athletes of the Week. And for the North Hall Trojans, it's senior defensive end Bradley Bernard, the 3-year starter.
He's got a scholarship offer from Navy.
For the Gainesville Red Elephants, it's starting offensive lineman Eric Burnett, who's also playing on the defensive line for the Gainesville Red Elephants. Our Chick-fil-A Leadership Athletes as chosen by their respective coaches. Congratulations to those two young men. So it's 2nd down and 5 for North Hall to start the fourth quarter at the Gainesville 27. And a big hole. And that's Wilsden again. And he's got a first down at the 17-yard line. And they are just beating up the interior of that Gainesville defense.
Well, you wonder how tired the interior of that defense is for the Red Elephants as they keep going back to the same play over and over with Chris Welsden. He's just wearing them out here in the second half.
All right, let's check in with Chuck Oliver. Chuck?
Just after halftime, I told you that Bubba Boatwright, number 61, the starting tackle on both sides of the line for Gainesville, got taken back in for cramps. He's got his pads back on, going to give it a go right here. He is much needed as a defensive tackle right now to give somebody a break on that Gainesville defensive line.
1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Handoff to Pitts. Pitts tries to run in the middle. Nothing doing. Tipton Scholes, the outside linebacker, stepped in and plugged the hole. Gain of only 1 or 2 on the play, and it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that time you saw a little more giddy up in that Gainesville defense, up to the task to stop Pitts. Take a look at the replay. They do a nice job here of containing this young man.
2nd down
on the tackle.
As he's down inside the 10-yard line to the 7, and Chris Wilsden is close to a first down. Chris Wilsden has just been biting off big chunks, and it hasn't just been Wilsden. It's been the big blockers for him, Zimmerman and Kuchler and Fickey up front, taking out that Gainesville defensive interior.
Yeah, the offensive line has done a tremendous job, especially on this particular play, and Welsden is wearing them out. 7 rushes in the second half for 61 yards. That's just in this second half in a little over a quarter.
Officials timeout as they stop for Devin Hollander to tie his shoe. And actually, they're going to bring the chains across. That's why they've stopped the clock to measure to see if Wilsden picked up the first down on that last run. Let's see if they picked it up. They're just a little bit short, about the length of a football. Let's check in with Chuck Oliver.
Guys, we talked about Bubba Boatwright or anyone for Gainesville, giving those guys up front a little bit of a break. As you said, North Hall running it right up the gut, and so important that Gainesville can not just get a stop and force a field goal attempt, but you really need to shut out North Hall from any points right now. Dicey proposition for a wing T offense to be down 2 scores in the fourth quarter.
Indeed, and that's what they're facing right now if they cannot halt this North Hall assault. 303 yards for North Hall. They've nearly doubled Gainesville's total. 3rd down and about a football to go for North Hall at the Gainesville 7-yard line. Garcia, quarterback keeper, has the first down inside the 5 and down to the 4. 1st and goal to go for North Hall.
Well, he only needed a few inches and got a couple yards. Again, look at the push of the offensive line. And Blue Rice is hanging on, and he's the big reason why Garcia didn't score. Great push there by that offensive line for North Hall.
I don't think we'd be overstating the situation by saying this would be the biggest victory in North Hall High School history. Pitch goes to Pitts. He's sprinting for the pylon. Pitts scores! T.J. Pitts runs it in from 4 yards out, and North Hall has a 13-0 lead.
Well, we saw that 4.4 speed there by T.J. Pitts. It's nothing but a quick pitch to Pitts, and he outraces everyone to the corner of the end zone, just turning on the Jets to beat Deshaun Drinks to that pylon. There you see the key quarterback sneak to move the chains and get that 1st and goal. That was just a quick toss to Pitts, and he outraced everybody.
Mistar's on for the PAT, and he puts it through. T.J. Pitts with his 6th touchdown run of the season. And he sprinted to the pylon to put North Hall up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, look at this quick pitch by Garcia to Pitts. And I'm sorry, not enough speed to catch him around that corner. Drinks gives it a go. But Pitts and Wellsden.
A little kid in the wrong place at the wrong time.
But Pitts and Wellsden have done a majority of the working tonight. 8 plays, 56 yards.
And now Gainesville's got some making up to do. I think the kid's okay. Look at him. He's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah, he went hard into the fence. I think he's going to be okay, though. You don't want to get run over by T.J. Pitts, that's for sure. The North Hall Trojan fans are celebrating what they hope would be just what could be just their second victory ever over Gainesville. Rashad Williams slips and falls down as he fields the ball at the 24-yard line.
Gainesville can't catch a break right now. Williams had some running room there, just couldn't keep his feet.
Yeah, there he is. I think he must be the ball boy. One of the ball boys. He's okay.
He's running on adrenaline right now. He might feel it tomorrow, though. Ooh.
He's on TV, Mom. Did you see me on TV tonight? I was the guy who got run over.
How about these second half numbers, total yards? Second half, North Hall 208, Gainesville 17.
Well, now the Red Elephants, down by 2 touchdowns, have their hands on the ball, and the snap goes by the quarterback, Green, and he doesn't recover it. North Hall has it inside the 10. Jeffrey Green slid right by the loose ball, and North Hall has a chance to apply the knockout punch.
As I just mentioned, nothing's going right for Gainesville right now. Unbelievable. In the shotgun for the first time tonight. The snap never got there. And Green could not fall on that football. Overran it.
First and goal to go for the Trojans. Whoa! Look at that!
Oh, Irk Russell there.
Yeah, you're right. A little Irk Russell action going on there at the North Hall sideline. We got a penalty, apparently, against Gainesville. Let's see if we can catch I didn't catch the call, or maybe they're just respotting the ball. I never saw a flag. Chuck, what you got?
Guys, too many men on the field trying to play defense with 12. If we were in Montreal or somewhere, that'd be fine, but this is Gainesville, Georgia.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work in Region 7 AAA. You're right. First and goal to go for North Hall at the 4-yard line. Handoff, Wilsden driving, touchdown! Chris Wilsden makes it 20-0. Second touchdown of the night for Chris Wilsden.
And that one he did a lot on his own, just carrying Red Elephants into the end zone, keeping those legs moving as they had him at the 3-yard line, and he drove them all into the end zone. His second touchdown tonight.
Just 11 seconds after they had taken a 14-0 lead, they now lead 21-0. Mistars just put it through the uprights, and North Hall with a 21-0 lead on the Gainesville Red Elephants, a team that had not lost a regular season game since the 2001 season. a team that was 21-0 against Hall County teams dating back 3 seasons.
4 headbutts there by one of the coaches.
Chuck Oliver, what's going on down there?
Well, Jamie, you mentioned the fact that they had that problem with the snap on the shotgun. This is simply a team that doesn't practice throwing the football. So all these passes you're going to see, very rare you get a drop back pass from a wing T team. It's going to be bootleg sprint outs, half rolls, things like that. For a team that just does not throw the ball very much, it's going to be a tall order to get 3 touchdowns in 9 minutes.
You're not kidding, Chuck. North Hall, however, just scored 2 touchdowns. Look at that. Did you see the blood on the forehead? Look at that. We got another upset in the night. Central Gwinnett leads Buford tonight, 20-14 in the 4th quarter. Rashad Williams from the 21. Williams goes down at the 26. He ran about 20 yards to get 2. And Gainesville goes back on offense. We'll see if they have any. We'll see if they have any gas left in their tank. Look at that. He's got a big old gash on his head. Or it might just be a small cut. He got blood trickling down his forehead.
And for those just tuning in, that assistant coach for North Hall was headbutting one of the North Hall players after they scored that 2nd touchdown.
1st down and 10. Ball at the 26. For the Gainesville Red Elephants. They're now down 3 touchdowns. Green back to pass. Ball batted up at the line of scrimmage. Tyler Smiley, the linebacker, came on the blitz and knocked it down.
And as Chuck mentioned, this is probably not a comfortable phase of this Red Elephant offense. Predominantly wing T run-oriented team now having to go to the air with a little over 9 minutes left and down by 3 touchdowns.
2nd down. Flags go down, and we have a what? What do we have? Steve Burrell is the referee. Illegal substitution. Yeah, they had, let's see, they had confusion as to which wide receiver was supposed to be on the field. Jarvis Poole was on the field and then off the field, but not off the field in time. And you're right, as far as making comebacks, they have no receptions by their wide receivers coming into tonight's ball game.
Well, Poole did have a reception earlier
I'm saying coming into tonight's ball game. Handoff, Adrian Goss picked up 4 yards. A little bit past the original line of scrimmage, but they need a lot more than that. Under 9.5 minutes to play in this game, with North Hall leading Gainesville 21-0. North Hall trying to knock the Big Daddy off the hill here in Region 7 AAA.
A lot of confusion right now with this Gainesville offense. They had to call timeout.
Chuck?
Guys, you can't break the huddle with 12 players, and that's exactly what Gainesville did to get that 5-yard penalty to start this drive. Well, they just broke the huddle with 12 again. Of course, that's so that a receiver running off the field doesn't draw a cornerback with him. The receiver can keep going off the field to his own bench where the cornerback will be out there guarding nobody. That's the reason for the rule. Gainesville's done it twice in 3 plays now.
It's a no-no, and they just had a hard time doing anything right here, and we didn't see this coming, but just how... Now, here you go. Here's a good example of exactly what Chuck's talking about. You see number 4, Rashad Williams. He breaks the huddle. And they've got 12 men on the field. You can't do that. 3rd down and 8. 4 wide receivers for the Red Elephants. Green throws complete. Castleberry has the first down and more, and Castleberry driven out of bounds at the 43-yard line, and that stops the clock, which is something that Gainesville has to watch as well.
Yeah, that time Tyler Smiley, the linebacker on that side of the field, comes in on the blitz, freeing Castleberry out in the flat. He does a nice job of stop right there and going, picking up enough for the first down.
Castleberry did a good job to get to the sideline and get out of bounds. That was their first third down conversion of the night. Out of the shotgun. Keeper Green tosses to Castleberry. Castleberry coming this way. Castleberry across midfield. Castleberry steps out of bounds at the 40.5-yard line, and Castleberry doing a good job of picking up first downs and stopping the clock while he does it.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that he did a nice job of picking up where he had to go to get that first down, and then stepping out of bounds to preserve some clock.
15-yard gain, John Castleberry.
Ball just inside the 41-yard line. Again, 4 wide receivers for Gainesville. Green under a heavy rush. Ball is batted down and nearly intercepted. And that was Bradley Bernard, our Chick-fil-A leadership athlete of the night, making the big play for the North Hall Trojans.
Yeah, we've been talking about T.J. Pitts is the college prospect on this team, but Bernard is as well with a scholarship offer from Navy. They're coming up with a big play on the tip pass.
Yeah, they have 2 players.
Yeah, Jordan Stevens, their left defensive tackle, also offered by the Naval Academy.
And let me tell you, the Naval Academy don't take slackers.
That's right.
Second down, Green back to pass. He's going up top, he's got a man, and he threw it behind him. Michael Hendricks broke open, but the pass wasn't there.
Yeah, Green did have Hendricks wide open, just didn't deliver the ball to the right spot.
And it's third down and 10. Hendricks was out there. Green could not connect.
And those are the pass plays you have got to convert on, especially in a situation like this. You don't see too many of those golden opportunities come to you.
And a timeout called by North Hall. And we'll take one, too, with 8:34 left in regulation. North Hall leads Gainesville 21-0 on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
What is the most influential time in a child's life? Age 6, 8, 12? Actually, it's between 3 and 8 every afternoon. That's the time a kid is most likely to get into trouble. Which is exactly why that's the time the Boys and Girls Clubs open their doors every day. These clubs provide a positive environment where kids can learn and grow and prepare for their future. Support the Boys and Girls Clubs, the positive place for kids.
Well, the Gainesville fans haven't had much to cheer about tonight. North Hall with a 21-0 lead. This doesn't happen very often at City Park.
No. As you mentioned a few times, Matt, this team hasn't lost a regular season game in the last 23 tries. Bottom line, this second half, that North Hall offensive line just took over and dominated the line of scrimmage.
Last year, Gainesville 11-1, beaten by Westminster in the second round of the playoffs. The year before that, 13-1, reached the state semifinals in the Georgia Dome. It's third down. Green back to pass. Throws complete to Castleberry. Castleberry goes down at the 39-yard line, and it's going to be fourth down.
Castleberry giving a great effort once again. Just no running room out there for him as North Hall had that well defensed.
Number 2, 4th and 8.
College football halftime tonight in Miami. The Hurricanes trailing the Florida State Seminoles 10-0. And again, you can see that game here on CSS on Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. 4th down, Green. Looking. Running, throwing on the run, and out of the hands of Brown. Incomplete, broken up by Tyler Rogers, and the ball goes over on downs.
Green trying to buy some time, moving toward his right. But Bradley Bernard there to apply the pressure. Great angle there. As you can see, just running out of room, trying to get the ball to Scott Brown. A nice defensive play there by the defensive back, North Hall. Tyler Rogers, the cornerback there, with a nice play.
7:48, and now all North Hall has to do is milk the clock, and they call a timeout. So they want to get their ducks in a row here before they try to put the ball on offense.
I think it's a thing here where we're going to see a steady diet of Wilsden and Pitts again.
Wilsden has really been the player of the night. We highlighted T.J. Pitts, and we know why. We've seen him. He's had over 100 yards of offense.
Yeah, he's had a big game, but I think, like you're right, Matt, the big factor was getting that big fullback moving in the middle of that defense.
And college football, as I was mentioning, on Wednesday, you can see that Florida State and Miami game at 12 noon Eastern and 7 o'clock Eastern time, right after sports night. And you can also see the replay of the Georgia Tech Clemson game at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 9 o'clock in the evening Eastern time. 2 big games in the ACC. Those are the 2 biggest games in that conference, and you'll see them both here on CSS twice on Wednesday. So 1st and 10 with the ball at the 38-yard line. Wilsden gets the handoff, and Wilsden picks up 4 yards. Tackle made by B.J. Ware. And North Hall is going to be more than content to get 4 yards per carry, running the ball in the middle of the field and letting the clock run.
Yeah, using that clock. We're under 8 minutes now. Still a nice hole for Wilsden to get through. Finally, some white hats there to make the stop. I mean, he's been averaging 8, 9, 10 yards a carry, 15 rushes, 82 yards, 2 scores, most of that in the second half.
2nd down and 7. He had only 61 yards rushing in the first 2 games of the season. T.J. Pitts off to the races, running over his own man. He had Joe Gardner out there blocking for him, and he ran right over him.
Yeah, if he could have maneuvered a little bit more to the outside, he would have been gone. But again, look at this hole by this offensive line. Great running room there for Pitts.
While we have a moment, also want to extend our thanks to Wayne Vickery, the athletic director at Gainesville, and the fine staff here at Gainesville and North Hall High Schools, and we appreciate their cooperation. They've been very gracious to us this entire week.
And hospitality.
1st down and 10. Now they're trying to blitz, and I think the linebacker, Justin Wilkins, might have mistimed his blitz and was offside.
Yeah, he's trying to time that cadence. I think you're right, Matt. Illegal procedure on North Hall there. My apologies to Justin Wilkins.
So that's going to back it up. Not that that really matters to North Hall. That means, you know, the clock's running again, and they get to burn a little bit more time. North Hall looking to improve to 3-0 in the season and 2-0 in the region, and to jump into the driver's seat as far as winning this region championship. T.J. Pitts inside the 45-yard line to the 44, and a pickup of about 7 yards on the play for T.J. Pitts. As we mentioned, when Bob Christmas took over, this was a program in disarray. They were 3-27 in the 98, 99, and 2000 seasons. Bob Christmas came in their very first year. They lost their first 9 games. But then, final game of the season, they beat an 8-1 Madison County team to finish the season 1-9. But that was the catalyst for these kids to get into the weight room and believe that they could win. That one win proved so instrumental.
And they had one philosophy: work hard, and that's what he has done with this program. And they finally are going to get over the hump. And when I mean the hump is the Gainesville Red Elephants. Couldn't beat these guys. Didn't know if his team had the confidence to do it. Well, they came out here tonight and have really taken control this second half and have a big old lead.
Well, since that victory over Madison County, they have won 19 out of 24, but 2 of those losses have been to the Gainesville team, but not tonight. Chuck Oliver down on the sideline.
Guys, you look around the stadium, you can see people sitting on the grass in both end zones, taking a little hint from the Clemson Tigers. I got to tell you, the first college game I ever went to, looked down at the ticket, it said Section GG. I asked the gentleman at Clemson what that meant. He said, green grass, go sit over there, son. And that's exactly what they do here in Gainesville as well. People filling this stadium all around, including the end zone. Not real happy, most of them right now, but they are sitting in Section GG as well.
There you go, another big game by T.J. Pitts as he picks up the first down at the 28-yard line. And just a great atmosphere here at Bobby Groon Field here tonight. The whole city abuzz about this big game that, you know, has the rivalries cross all. You've got parents and kids. Their kids went to Gainesville. Their kids go to North Hall. They go to the same churches. It's just a big rivalry here in this city on Lake Lanier. First down and 10, just inside the 30. Wilston gets the handoff again, and he's down to the 24-yard line on a 5-yard pickup. But going back to the story about Bob Christmas, and, you know, he said we came in, our philosophy was we were just going to coach these kids like crazy. We were going to come out, even if we lost, and we figured that first year we were going to lose a lot. We were going to come out on Monday, and we were going to love them like we won.
I love how he put that.
We were going to love them like we won the game. Even though we weren't winning, we were going to love them to death and show them that we cared. And it's paid off. All the hard work Bob Christmas and his staff have invested into this program. And tonight, they're going to get the biggest win in school history, a victory over Gainesville. Hand off to Wilsden. Wilsden another 3 yards down to the 21-yard line.
And I talked to T.J. Pitts last night about this football game, and this is a game that they circle year-round, and they wanted this one big time. They've worked hard, so we play as a team, we win as a team, we lose as a team. They have come out and really executed tonight.
T.J. Pitts has gone over the century mark, 19 carries for 105 yards tonight. That puts him at 428 yards for the first 3 games of the season.
Also had that big reception, 60-yarder, and Wellsden has about 86 yards, so they've combined for almost 200 rushing yards.
Handoff, T.J. Pitts. Pitts down to the 15-yard line and a first down for North Hall.
He ran right through Newman on that play. Looks like Pitts is a little banged up, grabbing that ankle. Hopefully he's okay.
Here's what it sounded like at field level. First down and 10, ball at the 16-yard line. They're still popping. Now a tick under 3 minutes to play in this game. 21-0. North Hall with the big lead on Gainesville. Handoff, Wilsden. Wilsden, big hole, crashes down inside the 10 to the 5. And that's going to put Wilsden up close to 100 yards on the night.
Yeah, he may have it now. 105 yards on the night for fullback Chris Wellsden.
They've got double 100-yard rushers here tonight against a Gainesville defense.
It's been a 1-2 punch. We just showed you the numbers on T.J. Pitts. Wellsden, 19 rushes, 105 yards, and 2 big touchdowns.
Gainesville not accustomed to this, that's for sure. Wilsden scores.
Make it 3. He's got the hat trick.
Third touchdown of the night for Chris Wilsden. All of them here in the second half, and it's 27-0.
Look at that job by the offensive line. Again, once again, I keep saying this over and over, just a great push. Knocking that defensive line back. Good running lanes for Weldon and Pitts this second half.
Mistars puts it through. And the celebration on the North Hall sideline, it's 28-0.
Look at that, untouched until he gets in the end zone.
This was a scoreless game at halftime and relatively even statistically at halftime. In fact, you could make the argument that Gainesville should have scored at least twice in the first half, but killed themselves with fumbles.
Both teams should have.
10 plays, 62 yards, 520 for the crowning moment here in this ball game. And it's 28-0. And now you got the North Hall fans and students over there crowding the fence. I'm thinking they're thinking about rushing the field.
I think they're going to rush the field, maybe jump on that big G in the middle a little bit.
A lot of years of frustration has been building up for North Hall long before these kids were ever born. Some of them before their parents were born.
Now, Gainesville's got to regroup quickly. Don't they have Buford next week?
They do have Buford next week.
And if Buford loses tonight, and they were losing by the third quarter, they're going to be an upset football team as well.
This game was virtually even total yardage at halftime. And look at that. North Hall now with more than 200 yards, or right at 200 yards more than Gainesville in this game.
Doubled them up.
Drinks takes it, drops it, picks it up. Deshaun Drinks down at the 26. Let's check in with Chuck Oliver.
Guys, I didn't think we would see this happening, but it's the Gainesville stands that are the ones that are thinning out now. Still time to go, 2.5 minutes or so in the fourth quarter. A lot of the Red Elephant fans have called it a night. And Coach Miller, you can expect this team to end this game with class. Probably going to come out here and just finish running out the clock and say, this ship's underwater. Let's get back and play for next week.
First down and 10. Hand off to Mahaffey. Nothing doing for Mahaffey. He gets knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Wes Oldham. Or was it Jordan Stevens? One or the other. And the clock's just going to run. Chuck's right about that. Yeah, that was Jordan Stevens who knocked him down, number 99.
And run into a wall.
Second down and 12. Green back to pass, going up top and nearly intercepted. Nearly caught. Joe Gardner nearly had himself a pick. And now it's third down. Bob Christmas. Yeah, Christmas has come early for North Hall.
September 10th.
Long time coming. As Brandon Morrow just checked out of the game and gave a big high five to his position coach over on the sideline.
I'll tell you what, if this is a sign of things to come, North Hall could make a big run this year with that 1-2 punch they have offensively.
Castleberry up to the 30, short of the first down and out, fourth down, and Rashad Williams is hurt for Gainesville.
Making the tackle for the Trojans, number 12, Zach Cope.
Ball at the 32-yard line, fourth down with the clock stopped, 1:22 to play.
Will Jackson come to the press box right now.
And see, well, Rashad Williams, let's see if he's going to be okay. Yeah, it looks like he's hurt his ankle or something. And look at that, a big upset tonight as Chuck Oliver's alma mater, the Central Gwinnett Black Knights, have ended the Buford Wolves' state record 47-game winning streak with a 20-14 victory tonight in Lawrenceville.
Wow.
Green back to pass, throws incomplete, and North Hall will take over on down. So 2 big upsets tonight. North Hall beating Gainesville, ending their 23-game region winning streak. Even bigger, Buford losing to Central Gwinnett, and the Wolves' state record winning streak stopping at 47 games. Chuck Oliver is a proud alumnus down on the sideline.
Oh, you're right about that. A Black Knight right here through and through, class of 86. Coach Bradley Warren, Jamie, of course, you know him up at Central Gwinnett, taking over for a legend, Tally Johnson, and the exact kind of signature win you have to have when you take over for a guy like Coach Johnson. And congratulations to Coach Warren and that entire staff.
Big night for them, and now Buford will try to start on a new streak next week against a Gainesville team that's
going to be both teams pretty upset coming in next week.
Both teams are going to be more than just a little bit upset next week when they play. Garcia takes a knee. And there's the winning streak record. It has come to an end tonight with Buford stopped at 47, 1 win better than Parkview. Buford losing tonight to Central Gwinnett. 47 victories in a row when it comes to an end tonight. And of course, a rather significant streak ending here tonight as well. A streak of 23 consecutive Region 7 wins ending for the Gainesville Red Elephants as well.
This Gainesville team will bounce back. They're very talented. Ball just didn't bounce their way tonight. They couldn't convert in that first half.
Bob Christmas gets the water shower. Looks like got the water shower. He tried to avoid it. Handshakes all around. Chuck Oliver's there with Bob Christmas. Congratulations to Bob.
Coach, congratulations. This has got to be the kind of win you were looking for when you came up to North Hall.
Oh, what a great victory for our program. I'm so proud of our kids to beat a quality team like Gainesville, and just real proud of them.
How did you open up that offense in the second half? You're running the same plays, but you started ripping it right up the middle.
Started running weak on them, and they didn't adjust. And so we just kept running it weak on them.
Anything like the fans, did they ever think that they would come in here and beat Gainesville like this?
I don't think so. Not really. They did it tonight.
How long do you get to enjoy the victory before you go back looking at tape and starting that scouting report? You got seven more games on the schedule. How long do you get to enjoy it?
Oh, we'll enjoy it till tomorrow morning.
Congratulations, Coach. Thank you.
Congratulations to Bob Christmas and his North Hall Trojans, and they end a significant 23-game region streak here tonight, beating Gainesville on their home field 28-0. It's always a pleasure when you see kids that were down in the dumps and they work hard and the hard work pays off. That's been the case for North Hall. But like you said, Jamie, Gainesville will bounce back. There's still a force to be reckoned with here in Region 7. We'll come back and wrap things up from Bobby Groon Field right after this timeout on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
Right now in your home, there's something dangerous. Kids as young as 10 sniff ordinary household products to get high. They don't know that sniffing can be fatal. Talk to your kids. If you know what they're doing, they're much less likely to sniff inhalants.
Wednesday night is Miami night on CSS. Tune in this Wednesday for the encore presentation of the Miami-Florida State game starting at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central. CSS, your source for Southeast sports.
Create a whole new environment inside your car with Formula One window film. For an authorized dealer near you, call 1-800-653-1367. It's cooler than you think.
And welcome back to Bobby Groon Field in Gainesville, Georgia, where the North Hall Trojans have upset the 6th-ranked Gainesville Red Elephants by a final score of 28-0. And time now to salute our Chevrolet American Revolution players of the game, and the 2 running backs for the North Hall Trojans. Chris Wilsden, 110 yards rushing tonight on 20 carries, 3 touchdowns in the second half. T.J. Pitts also 110 yards rushing on 20 carries and a touchdown, and he also had a big 60-yard pass play in the first half as well.
I also want to give one to that offensive line, as they did a tremendous job, especially in this second half, to really open up this football game.
Well, be sure to join us next week. A variety of games on the CSS network. You'll see live from Nashville, Lipscomb versus Goodpasture. That's next Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. Our viewers in Atlanta on Comcast Cable will see the 8th-ranked Tucker Tigers take on the top-ranked and defending state champion Marist War Eagles. That's next Friday night at 7:30 in Atlanta only. Once again, the final score, the North Hall Trojans defeat the Gainesville Red Elephants by a final of 28-0. Stick around. Coming up at 10:30 Eastern, we have Georgia Tech Sports Today, and then the replay of Sports Night at 11. Our producer has been Steve Graham, our director, Tony Robinson, and now for my partner, Jamie Newberg, Chuck Oliver, and the entire CSS crew, I'm Matt Stewart. So long from Gainesville, Georgia.